discretion that we are trying to minimize, we can do that. But it was not also only on the revenue side. The AI also does risk profiling, particularly for areas like narcotics or goods that are harmful for consumption. Again, the AI will be able to give us indication if there's a shipment or container that is carrying harmful goods, and it allows us to risk profile and focus on it. So overall, we believe that the introduction of the AI tool for classification and valuation will lead to an upside of the revenue from custom duties. And when it does that way, at least going forward, it also gives us the opportunity to rationalize the charges in that area, as the president already indicated some time back.
Meanwhile, country manager for KPMG, Andrew Akoto, expressed confidence that the tax measures outlined in the 2026 budget could significantly improve Ghana's tax to GDP ratio. He was responding to a recent report by the International Monetary Fund, which found that Ghanaians remain well below its tax potential compared to other sub-Saharan African countries and global benchmarks.
It's very important that government continues to look at how they expand the tax bracket. In a sense, the current budget also made mention of taking away some existing tax programs, but also in its place, introducing innovation through the FEDS program and the rest. And it's our hope that with a number of these measures, it will allow the country to come up to the level which is at par with our peers. We've always known that our revenue to GDP ratio is not where it should be, but hopefully with a number of the measures announced, there will be the discipline and the resolve to make sure that they put in adequate safety measures to ensure their execution.
Country manager for KPMG, Andrew Akoto, there. Now, let's still stay on the budget, as the Association of Ghana Industries has welcomed the announcement by government to review some tax handles in the 2026 budget. Now, speaking at the KPMG post-budget dialogue, they said the move will lead to a reduction in cost of goods and services in the country.
Well, the tax reforms are good, and it's a good beginning. The cost of production is likely to go down by removing some of these taxes, and then also the cascading effect is also been eliminated. So in the not near term, we will see prices coming down, and then VAT also being reduced means that the consumer has more money to spend. So if the consumers are spending more, then automatically industry has to produce more to meet that demand. So we think in the long run, it will be beneficial to the whole economy and the citizens.
Now, moving on, the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana has issued a stern warning stating that smuggling activities have reached alarming levels and are actively destroying legitimate businesses and draining state revenue. The executive chairman of FABAG, Reverend John Ewuni, insists that illegal traders have virtually taken control over Ghana's crucial rice and sugar markets, pushing honest importers and local distributors to the brink of collapse.
Smugglers have in recent times intensified their activities, most especially rice and sugar smugglers. Indeed, the Ghanaian market currently is overtaken by the activities of these illicit traders. Legal traders, businesses are unable to sell their products, and this is hampering a lot of activities in the marketplace. Smuggling products that are clearly very visible in the Ghanaian market can be seen. We've written a letter to the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, a copy to the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Trade to take immediate action in this. We have been talking about this matter over some time now, but these smugglers are intensified their activities. They have intensified their activities, and it is very critical that we take immediate steps to halt them.
Executive Chairman for the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Reverend John Awuni there. Now, before we go, let's take a look at how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some key commodities are also faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange markets, the dollar is selling at 10 cedis 98 pesos. It gained 1 peso. The British pound is selling at 14 cedis 47 pesos. It gained 5 pesos. The euro is selling at 12 cedis 74 pesos. It lost 1 peso. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is trading at $64 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,027, 41 cents per ounce, down by $56.65. Cocoa is trading at $5,436 per ton, down by $21.
And that was an update from the Forex and Commodities markets. That'll be all for business news here on Sunrise 3FM 92.7. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Enyuna Maliga. Sunrise continues.
The best in the morning is on 92.7.
As the business news for us this morning, and let's get straight into it for a word of the day. And today I'll tell you a little story, because every morning at 4:30 a.m., long before the city stretched itself awake, Nadoli lit her coal pot behind a wooden stall near Tema Community 1. The neighborhood knew her as the calm kinky seller, always smiling, always greeting, always humming old hymns as she wrapped the balls in leaves. One cold morning, a frustrated young man passed by. Life had dealt him too many blows. No promotion, rent issues, and a sense that everything was working against him. Seeing Auntie Abena humming, he snapped. How do you smile every day? Don't you get tired? Don't you have problems? Nadoli turned the kinky gently and looked at him and said, My son, this coal pot burns me sometimes, but it also cooks my blessings. Life is the same. Even when it burns you, it may still be preparing something for you. She pointed at the steam rising from the pot. You see this pot? It's the heat leaving the food. Sometimes your struggles are just the heat leaving your life. That's why I smile, because I know every difficult moment is cooking something I will later enjoy. The young man stood quietly. For the first time in months, he felt his shoulders loosen, not because his problems vanished, but because he finally saw them differently. The ability to recognize small blessings, even while bigger prayers are still cooking, is what gratitude is. This morning, may your struggles prepare something good for you. This is the 3FM Sunrise, and I'm thankful that you could join us and be a part of our show this morning. We're live here on 3FM 92.7. Also live on Facebook, 3FM 927, same handles on Twitter, as well as on YouTube, where we're streaming. We'll return after this short music break and get the weather updates for you and get into our newspapers as always. Thank you very much for choosing us here on 3FM 92.7.
in Navrongo, Tanga, Narilugu, part of Damango area. Tamale EMD and meat environs to also expect them to have a slightly windy conditions. That means that you just expect just a few high clouds over there, and the sunny conditions will be a bit hot, and then temperatures for their area will be between 35 and 37 degrees Celsius. For those of us in Kintampo, also, so should be quite a Texachi, Takwa down to Accra, we expect it to be partly cloudy with sunny conditions. Temperatures will range between 32 and 36 degrees Celsius, with rain and thunder expected over whole Akti, Takwa, Salibu, hold that for Seve and those around Gospel, Sunyani, Dodowa, Ubwa, Shubekwa, and then those around the Mache, Todume in the Volta region. So for today, there are some few places are anticipated to have some rain and thunder. The rest of the country will enjoy the sun over the entire country.
Rest of the country to enjoy a lot more in terms of the sun. Every time I get the opportunity to speak to you as we're entering December, I ask about Hamatan. The northern part, I recall the last time we spoke, you mentioned they will experience a bit more of the dryness before it gets down to us south. Have they begun to experience it, or is it early days yet?
Yes, they've started experiencing it. I think even if in our forecast since last week, yesterday, some areas are still in it. Visibilities have started reducing. About 9 kilometers was what they've reported yesterday. So the trend will continue. The winds are with us, and then the dust is yet to come that will impact us significantly.
As always, thankful that you can bring us the weather update, and we'll look ahead to a subsequent update on the respective social media handles as well.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you as well, Felicity Appiah-Ampofo. She's our chief weather forecaster, helps us every morning get a sense of what it is the day looks like, whether or not you need an umbrella. That's why you should tune in every morning, because we serve you the best breakfast show in the capital, with you at the heart and focus of it all. Now put these numbers down for me, would you? 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717, as well as 055-691-0154, 055-691-0154. That's the means by which, in about a few minutes, we'll open up the phone lines, have you share your thoughts with us as to the conversations, the matters that matter to you, your community, amongst many other things, community voices. You get the opportunity to call in as well. And we're streaming on Facebook. Our handle's 3FM927, same handles on Twitter as well, and as well as on YouTube. You can leave a message for us, as always, because we appreciate your feedback as well as your contribution every morning to this show. Getting ready to get into the newspapers right about now.
Joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines. Hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. And golden light, this is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up.
CCTV. As we get into our newspapers for you this morning, yesterday we know Justice Paul Bafo-Boni became the Chief Justice of the country. Addresses from the President as well as the new Chief Justice of the Republic. But yes, the President, when he had cause to address the nation on expectations of the new Chief Justice, right? There's a task ahead, and it will be one of the many things we'll seek to look at today as well. What the challenges could be, and really what the narrative could be during his tenure as Chief Justice.
And I wish to say that an independent judiciary is not a favor to the courts. It is a constitutional necessity, sometimes criticized. Our people want institutions that work, but they also demand institutions that they can trust. The judiciary in particular must be above reproach. One single act of corruption by a judicial officer can undermine years of hard work and erode public confidence in the entire system. My Lord Chief Justice, one of your most urgent tasks is to strengthen integrity within the judiciary. And this includes, firstly, firm but fair disciplinary standards for judges and staff. Secondly, transparent and predictable procedures for case assignment and management. Thirdly, strong internal mechanisms to address allegations of misconduct. And fourth, a culture where ethical conduct is rewarded and wrongdoing is swiftly sanctioned. Our citizens must know and feel that justice in Ghana is not for sale, and that no one, regardless of their power or status, is too powerful or too humble to be held accountable under the law. Justice must not only be fair, it must also be accessible, it must be timely, and it must be affordable. Too many of our fellow citizens still experience justice as something that is distant, that is slow, and financially burdensome. Court adjournments, delays in delivering judgments, and complex procedures can turn our courtrooms into places of frustration rather than places of hope. I therefore urge you, my Lord, in collaboration with the Judicial Council and the Bar, to to prioritize the reduction of case backlogs through innovative case management systems. The expansion and modernization of court infrastructure, especially in underserved districts. Also the use of technology, e-filing, virtual hearings where appropriate, and digital recordings to improve efficiency.
As a President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, speaking there, a new Chief Justice as well, also had a few to say in terms of his response and what the plan is for the country's judiciary.
Mr. President, in accepting this office, I give my solemn word that I will uphold the rule of law, respect the separation of powers, and protect the Constitution. I will respect the independence of every judge and ensure that the judiciary remains free from improper influence. I will also insist on accountability, because independence without responsibility breeds entitlement and erosion of public trust. Judges, court officers, and staff will be encouraged and supported to act ethically, to treat all who come to court with fairness, and to understand that the title judge is not a privilege but a public service. Every litigant who enters a courtroom brings not only a case, but hope that justice will be done. I accept the responsibility of preserving that hope. I urge all stakeholders, lawyers, litigants, civil society, the public, to join us in forging a judiciary worthy of the confidence of the Ghanaian people. Your Excellency, we also cannot ignore the call for reform in legal education. The future of the bar is the future of the bench. We must move from exclusion to inclusion, from rote learning to critical thinking, and from credentialism to competence. Working with the General Legal Council, the Ghana School of Law, and our law faculties, we shall pursue a model that ensures opportunity without compromising quality. Our goal is not merely to produce more lawyers, but better lawyers who are disciplined, ethical, and devoted to the cause of justice.
That's the newly sworn-in Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. Justice Paul Bafo-Boni speaking during his swearing-in yesterday as well on quite a lot in relation to expectations of him. And you had the mention of legal education. That's one of the many things on the front burner in terms of expectations of not just the Chief Justice, but of this particular administration as well, because there's that promise of a new legislation which will, amongst many other things, amend or change the means through which people get legal education and become lawyers as well in the country. We're going through a lot in terms of what's happened over the course of the last 24 hours in the news cycle for you, and a lot later on this morning's show as well, we'll delve into concerns of visa fraud by three high commissions: the Australian High Commission, the Canadian High Commission, as well as the United Kingdom, all who are raising concerns, and this week setting out the week as a week for education on visa fraud and the need for persons to go through the right processes in acquiring visas, particularly as the 2026 World Cup draws ever so closer, amongst many other things. But let me take you to Parliament right now, because we know yesterday the Speaker addressed the media on quite a number of subject matters and had cause to speak to the position of the minority as it is now, and what he says is a direct reference to him as his time as minority leader as a basis for the way the current minority is acting. This is what Speaker Bagbin had to say with respect to that.
One is called National Democratic Congress. They recognize the weakness they have in the area of democracy. And so that's their weakness, which they must work on. The other is called New Patriotic Party. They recognize the weakness in patriotism, and that they must work on. This is my candid, objective analysis of the two parties. The NDC is weak in democratic culture. The NPP is weak in patriotism. Both parties must work on this for Ghana to progress. One is called National Democratic. What the minority leader is doing now is not what I did. He has copiously referred to you people that
the best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
I never on the floor raise my voice. I never on the floor try to show grandeur. No. I studied the ecology, the political environment. I tested the pulse of the people, and you play along that. I didn't do what you are doing. Please, anybody can go and read. Only one occasion when the Right Honorable Peter Lajeti came and read a statement attacking me personally, that I rose up to say my side of the story, and he will not allow me to do so. My very good friend, Papa Nkuma, who was the majority leader then, stood up and said, once he mentioned me specifically, by our standing orders, I have the right of reply. And he shouted at him and prevented him and ordered him to sit down. And that day, I took my books and stormed to my office.
Sunrise.
My colleagues did not follow me. They continued with the work of Parliament. It was in my office that the then few cameras, led by GTV, questioned why I moved out. And I gave them my side of the story. I said, if this is how the Speaker was going to go about things on the floor of Parliament, I would go after him. That caught the attention of the whole nation. That is the only instant. And later when I met him and narrated that he accused me with a basis, they pleaded on me to rather tone down my response, which was meaningless. It's also captured in the official report. I'm saying this because this has been referred to many times by many people, that I behaved the same way when I was minority leader. If I did, we could have turned things around within 2 years, and we almost won the 2004 elections. And these young MPs, the Minister for Education and his team, joined us in 2005. Please, the opportunity is now, and that is why I'm saying this.
As the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, speaking yesterday, and a number of you may have come across this video on your respective social media handles. Well, there you go, having to hear it again as he speaks to his concerns about a comparison between himself and the now minority, and essentially making the argument that when I get up to leave, nobody follows me, and so when you're getting up to leave as well, nobody should be following you. Let's get into a number of the papers which are here with us this morning. The Daily Graphic leads with 2026 budget VAT reforms to boost business growth. That's according to the GRA boss. Speaker launches scholarship for MPs, parliamentary staff. That should pique a lot of interest. It was at the same event. Uphold judicial integrity, President tells new Chief Justice. And Leonard Yet wins most outstanding PR agency. Leonard Yet. On the back page of the Daily Graphic, the Catholic Relief Services has presented or donated $500,000 in medical supplies to Northern Health facilities. Also, Jospon Group outlines blueprint for private sector in carbon markets. I have the Ghanaian Times newspaper as well here with me. Let me just do that quickly. Upper East regional farmers face existential threat from donkey slaughter, climate crisis. That story on page 12. Inflation for building sector eases to 9.7% in September. That's according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Comes with a picture of the government statistician, Dr. Alhassan Idrisu. Dr. Abdallah to be honored posthumously, next national awards. And military recruitment in Accra resumes Thursday across 8 centers. On the back page of the Ghanaian Times, EU supports Ghana with 31 million cedis to restore forests. Feasibility studies, designs for bridge over Afram River complete. That's according to the finance minister. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning, and this is the Canadian studio. I'm back in the Canadian studio. Very cold indeed.
I'll rectify that for you shortly.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I've got the New Finder newspaper here this morning. Quick run through what the headlines have in store for us, and then, of course, we'll get into the meat of the matter. The front page says, job creation is the surest path to improving incomes. Job creation is the surest path to improving incomes. You've got an economist pictured here on the front page, although they omit said economist's name. Ghana tightens appliance import regulations ahead of December 1 deadline. Market capitalization hits some 165.5 billion Ghana cedis as GSE ends week on strong momentum, and new measures will widen tax net and boost corporate income revenue. I think more of the newspapers will be trickling in as we proceed, but that's what I've got on the New Finder newspaper.
Right, let's get into a bit of the details. What is of interest? The Speaker launching scholarship for MPs, parliamentary staff. That story is by Joshua Bediako Kumsin. It reads, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingston Bagbin, has launched a scholarship scheme designed to expand educational opportunities for members of Parliament and staff of the Parliamentary Service. The Speaker's scholarship, which is in collaboration with the Noble International Business School, NIPS, will provide over $200,000 worth of reduced tuition packages for beneficiaries to pursue master's and doctoral programs in governance, leadership, and public sector innovation. Under the scheme, MPs and parliamentary staff will have access to NIPS flagship postgraduate programs, including the Doctor of Public Sector, Innovation and Leadership, tailored to equip government officials with advanced skills in policy analysis, evidence-based decision-making, and institutional transformation. The scheme is expected to enhance legislative work by supporting beneficiaries who conduct rigorous research, produce high-quality policy briefs, understand the fiscal implications of bills, and strengthen parliamentary oversight. And so speakers worked his way, secured a scholarship for members of parliament as well as the parliamentary staff. That should be of interest to you if you work with Parliament or you're a member of Parliament. Also here, the talks of the VAT reform, I'm not sure Guta will agree, but the 2026 budget, VAT reforms to boost business growth, that's according to the GRA boss, Anthony Sapong. He's acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. And the sweeping value-added tax reforms contained in the 2026 budget are designed to create a stronger business environment, reduce operational costs, and stimulate job creation across key sectors. That's according to the Acting Commissioner General of the GRA, Anthony Sapong. Now, he explains that raising the VAT registration threshold from 200,000 to 750,000 will remove the tax compliance burden from thousands of micro and small businesses, allowing them to focus on expansion and employment, eliminating the cascading effects of VAT, scrapping the 1% COVID levy, and making the National Health Insurance levy and the Ghana Education Trust Fund levies fully claimable as input credits with significantly reduced production costs, Mr. Sapon said at a post-2026 budget forum in Accra yesterday.
Interesting. This one has piqued my interest. It's on the center spread of the Finder newspaper, page 8 to be precise. Ghana launches Dig Once policy to embed fiber in new roads. Now, the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nate George, and he's been a bit quiet in the last few weeks, or have I just not been following?
He posted a few yesterday.
I see.
Some work has gone on, and there's a student package for the use of Google Scholar programs, Gemini, and some other AI platforms.
Okay, because this year he's had quite an active year, especially on the socials. My God, a bit of bass, a bit of boast, especially when it comes to X. Anyways, well, during a high-level session at the Africa Tech Festival in Cape Town, South Africa, he revealed that Cabinet has approved a pioneering policy requiring fiber optic ducts and access chambers to be integrated into all new road construction projects nationwide. Describing the initiative as transformative, the minister explained that the decision positions Ghana as a leader in infrastructure-led digitalization across the continent. He stressed that every new road will now be a digital road. Fancy. With contractors including fiber chambers alongside road works. Now, this approach eliminates the need for costly digging by telecom operators and allows for faster, more affordable and sustainable network deployment. The policy, referred to as Dig Once policy, follows years of technical advocacy by the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. All right, interesting. So now all our roads are going to be high-tech, digi roads. You do the road and then it's embedded. You have fiber optic embedded in the road. China Crown will do something.
Say China
Crown will do something.
And this fiber optic, what is it supposed to help us do?
I think this is for the telcos to help bring us some swift, efficient internet. For all you tech heads out there listening to us, let me know if I'm on the right path.
So they want to expand fiber optics across the length and breadth of the country.
New road, then it's embedded with fiber optic cable.
Yeah, so that it will be spreading connectivity
everywhere. 5G. I'm seeing something here. Okay, the policy is expected to reduce fiber cuts, minimize network downtime, lower broadband deployment and maintenance costs, and accelerate nationwide 5G rollout and expansion of digital infrastructure. Is anybody using 5G as we speak? Am I behind the cave?
The 5G didn't start.
It didn't start.
It didn't start as we were promised.
I think this might get us a bit closer to that 5G. But already 4G is super efficient. Or what comes after 4G?
5G.
Isn't there an
No, it's 4G, 5G.
4G, 5G, okay.
If you're in China, you'll be experiencing something else because they have internet that can download, was it a terabyte of data in about a minute or was it a second? They continue to experiment with a lot of these things, but down here, 4G is what we have.
Accra, we have now fiber. Every new road has a why.
But I think it's a smart way to go about in terms of connectivity, because every now and then they are having to dig up people's lawns, gutters and sides of the road. And so if there is a plan, and it will be important, this is, one of those fanciful conversations that come about every now and then, but like we were told, we're going to put up a sky train and all that. If there is a plan, I'm sure that if you go to the roads and highways, the entire country's road network is mapped out.
Yeah.
Areas where there's yet to be a major development in terms of the roads. That this idea or rich idea of innovation should be looking at mapping out alongside the roads and highways and seeing for yourself the entirety of the country's road network. Which ones are currently supposed to be handed over to contracts for construction? Then we're working side by side with them, and then as the construction is ongoing, the cables are being laid, the internet is being, or connectivity is being expanded across the length and breadth of the country. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. This just gives us the idea of what is expected, and not really the intricate details as to what can come about from there. And so we wait to see.
We wait for you, Jata. I'm sure you'll be giving us a full breakdown of that. Now, I know the sports team will be here in due course, and today the Black Stars will be facing off against South Korea. We saw what happened in that game against Japan. If you stick with us, we've got live commentary at 10 a.m. right here for you on 3FM 92.7. I'm sure Sixtus is feeling a bit vindicated. How do you feel about that, Mawuena? Because Otoado did not see to it that we didn't face another defeat, 2-0. I mean, within 50 minutes, Japan had showed us something small. But today, we face off against South Korea. What are your predictions?
I don't think, we could beat Korea. We beat them at the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. 4-2?
Your faith in Otoado remains steadfast.
No, it's not about faith. I have faith in the quality of players we assemble. Always when I say, people will be like, oh, that's football has changed, football has advanced, football has done this and that and that. Look, and I keep saying, if you walk the length and breadth of this country, the sheer amount of talents that do not ever get to make it is mind-numbing.
That's right.
And so we can assemble a good enough team. And I have played a bit of football before. I think I played inter-schools when I was in JHS.
You were a striker?
No, I love to play defense, actually.
I see.
I'm not someone who actually fancied the striker. No. I was an out-and-out defender when I was playing football.
No, you look like a striker. That's why.
No, I beg. When you say striker, you want to say other things. I beg you.
Hey.
No, anyway. I wasn't a striker. If you get along with people who know how to play very good football, when they come together, without a coach, right? And this is from my own small football I played.
Right.
The way they easily get to understand each other is crazy. After playing a few, I'm being honest with you.
Because that has been our biggest critique, that these guys play, they don't have that cohesion.
So I always struggle to really come to terms. Maybe football has really changed to that extent that because when people are a talented group of individuals come together and they play football, oh my goodness. Maybe on the international front we're not really able to play, but we've played a lot of games such that people should be able to understand each other. Because the nooks and crannies we used to play football at, the guys understood each other. They knew where each other will be and find them.
Is that not more because of the frequency of the
That's what I'm saying.
Games?
And the Black Stars, they've played frequently amongst each other.
They'll play one and they go away. They play one and they go away.
And I say this not trying to say that they play one and then they go away. They play one and then they go away. Sometimes guys gather, and on that, it's sometimes the first time you're meeting the person you're playing with. And yet there's a level of understanding that you can do this. The person knows you can do this and will trust that you can do this.
Some chemistry can be manufactured.
Exactly. And so, well, the sports guys will have to come and
break it down for us.
And prove me wrong.
Because
but I grew up around Odogono Senior High School. You know, the core football, when a lot of young kids, then playing football was like a big deal. We try and get into teams and what have you. I saw them play football, and sometimes even if you don't play football, and like as guys, you go and like you chair, like you come in some numbers, and there's a straight line. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back.
That's how you make up your team.
That's how you make up your team.
I see.
And then you get on the field. There is some understanding. There is some chemistry. So I always try. It's not like we've not. And that's the small football we played somewhere Awushi when we were growing up.
You Kamal Dean Suleimana, he's already quaking in his boots. He says South Korea has evolved. So don't whet your appetites too much ahead of this game against South Korea. Now, Atalanta forward Kamal Dean Suleimana has cautioned his Black Stars teammates and the technical team and the rest of Ghanaians to be wary of South Korea ahead of their friendly match in Seoul today. The tricky playmaker says the South Korean side Ghana defeated at the 2022 World Cup has evolved significantly, presenting a tougher opposition in today's match-up. Some might say you did explain. The game hasn't started. No, so explanations.
I've not been impressed with Kamal Dean in a Black Stars jersey. I have to be very, very honest. He's a very, very talented footballer, but it hasn't quite clicked just as yet for me in terms of what it is that he can do and all of that. No.
He says, manage your expectations, please. Manage your expectations ahead of today.
We don't go into it. Well, maybe he's taking a cue from the finance minister. You say manage your expectations and then he will beat the targets he sets. If that's the case, that's well and good. But you're not going to tell us manage your expectations and then you go and lose to South Korea. Please.
He said that South Korea of yesterday or yesteryear is not the same South Korea today. But we keep a keen eye out on that game. Again, you can catch it live on our channels, especially on 3FM 92.7. We'll give you live commentary and we'll see whether Kamal Dean has set our expectations in the right direction. I am expecting a win for the Black Stars. We've done it before, and I think we can certainly do it again. There was something here concerning the IMF. Lots of money talk this morning on the Finder newspaper. This one has to do with tax incentives. Now, the IMF urges Ghana to cut ineffective tax incentives to strengthen revenue mobilization. Now, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has advised the government to reconsider the wide range of tax incentives granted to businesses, warning that many of them are poorly targeted and fail to produce the intended economic gains. Scaling back such incentives, the fund argues, could significantly boost domestic revenue and improve the overall efficiency of Ghana's tax system. Ghana's tax to GDP ratio currently sits at about 13%, well below its potential. Now, the IMF notes across sub-Saharan Africa, similar gaps, often more than 5% of GDP, stem from structural challenges, including high levels of informality, weak enforcement mechanisms, and administrative shortcomings. In this context, scaling back costly and often poorly targeted tax expenditures could contribute to narrowing the tax gap by strengthening revenue performance and improving the efficiency of the overall tax system. The IMF said the issue of revenue underperformance was echoed in the 2026 budget statement presented by the finance minister, who highlighted persistent leakages at the country's ports. He pointed to systemic failures in cargo valuation, classification, and inspection as key factors undermining the state's ability to mobilize revenue. This is a tale as old as time, how we effectively use tax incentives, who in fact benefits from these tax incentives. It's a conversation I know we'll be revisiting.
It comes up every now and then.
All the time we're talking about these things. Who actually is benefiting from these tax incentives? And at the end of the day, what do we really rake in as a nation? But that's it. This morning, a lot of money matters here on the Finder newspaper. I was expecting to see more on the newly sworn in CJ. I thought that would take center stage.
That's on the front page of the Daily Graphic, and the story is by Kester Abraham Cranchi. It reads, a hushed sense of solemnity fell over the auditorium of the Jubilee House yesterday as President John Dramani Mahama swore in the Chief Justice, or the new Chief Justice. He becomes the country's 28th Chief Justice and the 9th since the start of the Fourth Republic in January 1993. The President described the investiture as standing at the intersection of law, history, and service. In a speech that was both a charge and a pledge, the President declared his unwavering commitment to the independence of the judiciary, affirming it as a vital pillar for the health of Ghana's democracy. An independent judiciary is not a favor to the courts. It is a constitutional necessity and a protection for every citizen, including the President. We must therefore jealously safeguard the institutional, financial, and administrative autonomy of our courts, the President said. And on the bedrock of rule of law, the President left no room for ambiguity for judicial decisions. Decisions about cases, whether we agree or not, whether popular or unpopular, must be respected and enforced, the President stated, drawing nods of approval from the assembled judges and lawyers present. This is the bedrock of the rule of law, President Mahama added. On corruption, the President had this to say. Striking a sober tone, President Mahama directly addressed the vexed issue of restoring public trust in the justice system. Against the backdrop of a national crest, he warned that a single act of corruption by a judicial officer can erode public confidence in the entire system. President Mahama therefore charged the new Chief Justice to lead a crusade for integrity, calling for transparent case assignments, strong internal mechanisms to sanction misconduct, and a culture where ethical conduct is supported and wrongdoing is swiftly sanctioned. Our citizens must know and feel that justice in Ghana is not for sale, he asserted, a line that prompted a murmur of agreement across the room. And so those are the details with respect to the Chief Justice. And I'll take you to the Ghanaian Times because farmers there are raising concerns about the slaughter of donkeys and climate crisis for them as well. Now, farmers across the Upper East region say agricultural livelihoods are under severe strain due to the combined impact of increasing donkey slaughter and worsening climate change. The illegal trade in donkey hides, driven by demand from Chinese buyers, has escalated over the past few years. Farmers report that donkeys, critical for plowing, transporting goods, and supporting rural labor, have become scarce in many parts of the region. As they're endangered right now.
Oh, I see.
Some farmers now cultivate smaller acreages because they cannot afford tractor services or access working animals. According to local accounts, between 150 and 200 donkeys were slaughtered daily in some communities between 2021 and 2024 to meet demand for ijao, a traditional Chinese medicinal product made from donkey skin.
Oh, I see. I actually thought maybe it was the meat that was being sought.
It's being used for medicine.
After. What do they do with the rest of the body parts? I wonder if anybody's actually consuming this donkey meat.
The story doesn't say. Let me see. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture statistics show that donkeys' population in the region declined to about 14,000 in 2022 from an estimated 13 million in the early 1980s. That's crazy. More than 12 million donkeys. We've lost more than 12 million donkeys in the last 30, 40 years.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, 45 years, I should say. 45 years. In the last 45 years, we've lost in excess of 12 million donkeys. 12.8 million, actually. More than 12.8 million donkeys, if these numbers are anything to go by. And the Upper East Regional Director of Agriculture, Alhaji Fuseni Zakaria, described the situation as an existential threat to rural livelihoods. And beyond this, what can be the intervention? I'll be curious to know. if we can connect and follow up on this particular subject matter, what it means for the locals there, because now we understand this could affect food and farmer cultivation amongst many other things. And so this is one I'll put on ice and we'll seek to get a bit more in terms of the details. Because
we're told that donkeys are under the threat of extinction. Again, with this story, due to the drastic population decline caused by commercial slaughter for their skin and meat. Interesting. I didn't know donkeys were sought after. I didn't know for like meat or for anything like that, actually. I'm very curious about this medicine that the donkey skin, helps to provide. Donkey skin. I hear it's a Chinese medicine. A traditional Chinese medicinal products. What does it cure? So we're told that they consume it in the form of bars, powders, pills, and liquids, and it's supposed to strengthen your blood if you take this donkey skin and replenish your blood. It said it's supposed to treat plenty contumely. Okay, it's supposed to have anti-aging property. You consume this donkey skin, you won't grow old. It can cure conditions like dizziness. It can help with insomnia. We're told it can also help with dry cough, and also for female vitality. It's used as an infertility treatment. Very interesting. I didn't know that donkeys were providing this much medicinal purpose. Okay. I'm surprised by that myself, I'll be very honest. But we learn every day. But again, I think this is something that should be of interest to us here. It's of interest to me, actually. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of this on the internet. Sometimes they even just boil the skin. You can boil it and consume it for extra hiwale. Interesting. It's a life-enhancing tonic. All right. Now we're well aware of what donkey skin can do. But back to this issue of the CJ, was there something else that you wanted to highlight? I wanted to quickly go back to that story. Yesterday I watched the live swearing in, and I thought there would be maybe more noise from certain quarters, especially what has happened with, the immediate past CJ. I don't know if this puts matters to bed. We know there are court cases in the offing, and what becomes of that? But I see this as the system in itself seeking to move on. Yes, there are cases pending in court, but there appears to be a sense of we cannot litigate forever. That's right. And the system will have to find a way of moving on. And with the swearing in of a new Chief Justice, that could be the beginning of that process. It doesn't also suggest, and I'll not say this to want to suggest that the pending cases become moot or whatever. They must be heard, and heard swiftly. I think the CJ had cause to respond to whether or not they had empaneled for substantive cases in the respective suits that sought to challenge the 146 committee process and all of that. We look forward to seeing all of those come to bear. And this one, I'll take a cue from Christian Malmhesi, who says that, look, this is important for our jurisprudence. It will help lay down procedures and rules as to how these processes should be, even as conversations continue to go around in the background, that there needs to be a CI which will aid in the process of the removal of a Chief Justice, because for many, the process as it is outlined in the Constitution now leaves room for far too much abuse. And so people are saying that let's bring in additional legislation which can police the process a bit more. But I see this more as the system wanting to move on.
to move on, and because we can't be at a standstill forever.
That's right.
And I don't say this in trying to suggest that anybody's rights should be denied them, but I just feel or see this as a system moving on, even as they try and have conversations and these matters before the courts continue in that breadth. As to what will happen when the courts rule in the favor of the former CJ, if did I say when?
Yes.
If
maybe there's something Mawuena knows.
No, I don't know anything. I beg you.
Surely.
If so, it's just a use of the clause.
Yes.
If then we will enter into new uncharted waters, and we'll see how, as a democracy, we'll wade through those waters as well. But for now, the system says we've sworn in a new Chief Justice, and we'll see what happens from there.
Certainly. Well, fellow Ghanaians, let us know what your thoughts are. You can, of course, connect with us across our socials. Psychologically, for you, are you now ready to move on from what has been quite a tumultuous period in our history as far as the judiciary is concerned? We'll put a poll up, actually. We'll get that going and pick your thoughts on that. You can find us on X, on Facebook, also on Instagram. We're streaming on YouTube. Make sure that you never miss a beat. The hashtag we're using this morning, hashtag 3FM Sunrise.
Right then, let's get ready to pick our calls. Let me talk to you about Rosebank International University, because they, amongst many other things, are asking the question whether you are aware that life generally revolves around one's negotiation skills and abilities to turn challenges into opportunities. You want to lead with confidence and resolve conflicts like a pro? Do you want to master the art of effective negotiations and conflict management with confidence? Then don't miss the 3-day corporate training program on effective negotiation and conflict management skills by Rosebank International University College, designed for managers, executives, and team leaders who want to lead with influence and resolve challenges with skill. Join top industry experts to learn powerful practical strategies to sharpen your skills on how to build consensus, resolve disputes, and achieve better outcomes, whether in business, leadership, or in everyday life. Empower yourself and your organization. Negotiate smart and lead effectively. The date, 2nd, 3rd, 4th December. Venue, Rosebank International University College at Opebia House, Airport, Accra. Who should be attending this event? Well, apart from managers at all levels, sales and marketing executives and practitioners, union leaders, board members, etc., everyone needs to have the ability to negotiate, whether at the family or church level. Limited seats are available. Register now by calling 030-700-7800 or call Fred on 0209-378943 or visit www.riuc.edu.gh. We go for this break. When we return, we pick your calls here on the 3FM Sunrise.
Years been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. Years been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. Years been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. The year's been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your...
Yes, sir. Abu, it's fantastic to have you be the first caller for today. Talk to us.
And thank you too. Mawuena, your mama and Ryan. At the end, as a Ghana, you're chief justice for. May you will be a war quarter. You have to be the next show. The bishop of quarter, and the Chirasam, and the Anwan Wire. But now I'm Patu. And the MPCB, the Parliament, you check who man and do my banana said, you're too good to kick no more Parliament will go my master for those. Hey, this is uncle for you. And then I said about what is yes, you know, because we go for the more Parliament. Hey, what my kind budget at the end here? Was who you near my covenant and free so. Yes, oh, my open to us.
Thank you very much as well, Abu, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir.
This is Ajana One from Domi.
Ajana One, it's good to hear from you. Talk to us as well.
Thank you very much, my brother, with the wonderful job you are doing for Mother Ghana. Please, when you go to an airport security, airport management should do something about people who are be camping the car, because I won't say much, because I'm going to investigate and I'll put some petition to the security at the airport. Things are going on at the airport. It's not good. It will tarnish the image of this government. Mr. Mawuena, let me say good morning to Madi Jibril and Chairman Joe and Mr. President Mensa in Tama Shipyard. We have Chief Justice, and congratulations to him that...
Well, we lost him on the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Trust that you're well. A bit of a challenge. I lost two individuals on the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
How are you, my brother?
I'm doing well. Trust that you want to talk to us, Papa.
I'm doing fine. Let's Papa be on the line, my brother.
Yes, it's good to hear from you as well.
Yeah, good. Look, our senior Marcus didn't compare himself to Right Honorable Leader Bangbagi. He didn't compare himself to him at all. He didn't compare himself to Right Honorable Speaker Bangbagi at all. The way he's behaving is not the way Right Honorable Speaker Bangbagi behaved. As a minority leader for the NDC, he shouldn't bring himself at all. Again, yesterday I said that could you uphold Kuma to watch himself properly? Talking about what? Cost of living. That the present government is not taking that into consideration. How about the e-levy that is out of the system? How about the betting that is out of the system? How about the dollar that has gone down while the CD is rising every day? How about that? How about, what do you call it? We cutting off that $31 billion as fake import something. That really, in fact, MPP, to be frank with you, before I end, regards to His Excellency John Mahama,
right.
Vice President, what do you call it? And then Chief of Staff, you know, there by the...
Thank you very much as well, Papa Bisu. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena. Is my Helen beside you?
Oh, Helen has just stepped out of the studio. I'm sure she'll be listening. Yes.
Anyway, Eben,
it's good to hear from you as well. Trust that all is well with you. Talk to us.
More than well. And I'm grateful to my Father in heaven for my life, my family, and you as well. Anyway, let me say good morning to President, the Vice, the Chief of Staff, also to my bosses, Honorable Deputy Chief Executive Mashipia, CDC Board Karima Kafun my MP Elikuma Klugu, and Honorable MC Agbu of Ghana. Let me congratulate the newly sworn in Chief Justice Bafo Boni, although he has a short time to stay as a Chief Justice. From the look of things, if you check his background and everything, he has been an astounding justice of our judiciary. I believe he will do a yeoman job, and as all of us are crying for a resetting of the judiciary, I firmly believe in him that before this year comes to an end, by coming 2026 December, there will be a massive change, because you can see that the man will be independent. He will never allow himself to be used. And let me say kudos to him. I know our judiciary will change someday to come. So let's all support him. We should forget about Osno Mame, what has come. So we've come a long way. Let's allow the man, support him, rally behind him, so our judiciary will change for what? Because for some time, we all don't have faith in the judiciary. Okay? Because you remember they were taking gold to watch Yam in those days. Okay? But I believe that as this man has come, things will change. So let's all support him.
Thank you very much as well, Ben, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
By God's grace, we're well. Reduce the volume of the radio set behind you.
Yes,
so that we can hear from you. And give us your name and where you're calling us from as well.
This is your friend. Nokure Asa.
Good.
Because Africa Swa. Baby, a former anti-nututu. Container need to abuban boom.
Absolutely. Look, let's hear from you as well.
Excellency to undermine Mama now. Onyame kana koma no yimi free. Mama chama di jura ku ga jo ashaman. Ana also di shaman kwa all the way achimchibi or timu papa lad say da me nyame shaw. Hwe ye bebo Chief Justice Abaso. Awo ne appointment awanya. Say ya to na improve ma kosoro. Niemum ye besre ne say Australia walk on almost 17 years. Your best friend say, and you be able to show our honor on making sure as a profession, Chief Justice, or the quality, Niama, no, they can tell me about my Ghana. You see, the power way, as me, and when you're Chief Justice, or many dimpano, I want it now on some coffee as you na baby a wakono unyamenka no na jondamani mama o mani say sifo say o appointee no yemanu nyamba mu mienu nyina ene o my Ghana oduto aso.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Egbeta.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well. Prakasa, let's hear you as well this morning.
Madam Arabes Abatokono case, why I say I'm a drag issue. She got the opportunity to defend herself even before the committee. You remember, I said, no confer any yaboa as of Kufu, then are you going to say, I'm a defending? I'm defending anyway, and then I go to Mubaya. They came to attack the committee. You go to buy attack even Domlevo, and Domlevo came to expose themselves. I'm the fake document and presented to the committee. Yeah, buried that issue. I want to go the whole way with a former Attorney General, then two former Chief Justices. No more case, mana, no fake document. And you bury that issue. And I you still believe the woman here and you're right. In the Yaman, let's look at the way Afro Barometer reporter neighbor under her watch. Only 30% no or more tried the judiciary in Ghana. To the extent they say before 2025, then Ghanaians prefer coup because now people believe that Ghanaians believe through the Afro Barometer report that what the woman is doing at the judiciary, if it can the power kind as the national security with the coordinator. Said the way I best about Tokuno and Chief Justice or Muru cases or Ghana, it do Kuba or Mawim. Who my catcher say, and that day I am ra. and Emra, that's the one Casazo, Embrani Biachua, but the wow Supreme Court now, one Casazo, no, I won't ask your manner. But your man forget your Ghana, sovereign way down the state, will be what may hold the way to Mahama about we and ransom.
Thank you very much, Prekasa, as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well and everything is going on well as well.
By the grace of God, I'm good. I think you two are good too.
Yes, I am. Talk to us.
Mawuena, where you are near Bema, Nana Amwakwa, Mikatati, Estuoy, and constituency.
Nana Amwako, it's good to hear from you again today. Talk to us.
Mawuena, let's let MPP delegates. The 31st January 2026. Okotua ba e sendini obi di pass anima number 1 ho e wa ka di akompe ko Japan na what wa ban e di ato because you are don demand the one ma mai otisi ko o bi de gona so kwa na for san ko to aba ma obi o fi no fi e be che asa ya ko ho mo nya ma jo gona mo ba na ye ke de ko ko boso wo bi bi ma gada ko nya di Mawuena, whether we like it or not, there is a new Chief Justice for the nation. Say after we go to any court, say after training at the ECOFO organ, I need a pelipelli. Mestre, you run say, what bay, or my pelipelli, and your juma, on a team. Now you're gonna use some justice in the team woman, you be a court or team. Now, Korean say, and now Obabay will pay master a juma, a ma or man and canco. Because also they're going to have a dua, and young Linia Sanka is a Yapoli give Setisa. I won't a pass them, not going to actually woo yet, no way the Eric and her. Yena, you are dreaming, oh, Yancy, Kima, also a dear woo and your pelipelli. They think that Okota, your camera, your kind of our court. Yes, no, Mummy and faculty, your cat and Ranko, you tell me, Mummy and Face, Yan South, and find your Juma, you go Canano. Near the assem and you Emma Abutoyum Eba. The internet, the assem of quarter. Now, Abutoyum Emma, now was a fast Esther Fanum. Woman, Yanumfa and the prayer and yet you must say, can be a cat and brown one. The father says, I'm a cool be, I'm a good lawyer here. Now, I'm a cool parent. Young man, could even tell me when you say, you come rana, all the quam, you say, I'm a cool parent. It will be a ma. Oh, that's a cocoa. Can I, yeah.
Thank you very much as well, Nanamwako. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I trust that you're well.
I'm doing well.
Great.
This is Claude calling from Zinu Katamanso.
Claude.
Now, pay winning time. Mammy calling them. Now, Mammy Chia Dr. Fusu Ampofo and Chamanju and Honorable TK Ekum Mayor. Mawuena, Ebenyamiasi say, Yenya Chief Justice for you say, obeying a Juma. Media nanko obi a wasi death certificate enye the right document and show say we Ghana in India. Na me no so far so oba be Chief Justice we yesu because you have death certificate and one ye dey passport ye bibia wo man Ghana card ni enti say wo be gina na wo be ka kire say death certificate na ya chassis beginning of our foundation of everything no o reject no because of parochial interest in here. Now, what so the after your market to me, the assembly bro Friday, Emma within 30 minutes, who panel, Emma move the assembly man. Emma after your parliament, I know me man also. Who or throw mammy and I walk out soon. Assembly court to a new court to your Chief Justice for I, a Baba Sumno, or my small man, non for prepare and family Juman and your my Ghana, then refer or throw mammy be an opposition or the mobile crown watch.
Thank you very much, Lord, as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Mawuena, good morning.
Yes, I trust that you're well. Give us your name.
I'm well. Mawuena, this is Anand from Sapeman.
Anand from Sapeman, it's good to have you call us again.
Yes.
Talk to us.
Yes. Mawuena, where our big man John Hughes is, wherever he is, we send our greetings to him.
Oh, Johnny is on a break, actually. I'm sure you see him on Facebook, his activities and all of that. He's fine.
Yes. And then Auntie Eileen too. Give her welcome for all of us. And then this morning, let me greet Honorable Elkem Kotoko, and then Abrodo, Papa Bisu, and all the seniors. Mawuena, You know, this of our former Chief Justice issue, Madam Tokonu's issue. Me now, God willing, we have a new Chief Justice who is coming to work for the Ghana and the Constitution, not any individual. You remember my brother was just saying something that Afro can send a case to court and within a day he finished panel, or within 2 hours he finished panel judges. But there was a case that the NDC sent to court, which she even scheduled that the case will be heard at the court when the reason why they sent that court case has been done. Because they scheduled that after the program is before they will go to court. So we are now having a justice. And yesterday, the president told him he should come and work for the nation and the constitution to work. You don't want them to come and do anything. So we thank God. God should give them wisdom so that they will do justice for the nation. The research has started. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anan, as well. Hello, good morning.
Fine morning.
Kindly reduce the volume of the radio set so we don't get a lot of feedback, but I hope that you're good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Gratitude. My name is Ninungwa.
It's good to have you call us as well.
Samanjo and the Honorable Kudu Adoko and all the communication supporters. When you be Mr. Chief Justice, our one of yes, Mrantu, the dear Dodi to prepare short to my share. Your man welcome Social Waba. On make sure say a Juma Yagana for a year as a Chief Justice, or be a Shah Jumana Mayan. At the same time, issue Obi Biara with this or previous administration, they didn't go to play. Send you to me the Atai Assemble, Atai da prison. Sa no be a Obi Assemble, and the 2 days or 3 days. I'm
not sure prosecutions happen like that, but your thoughts are as well appreciated. You can call us as well, 055-924-2717, 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Please, my name is Aziz. I'm calling for Dome.
Aziz in Dome, let's hear you as well.
Thank you for giving me opportunity this morning. May God bless you. Mpacho Mamentia Charisma Cafe, Ewotema TTC, Yamishrano, and a lawyer Zuma, Oboademba, Ombona, Obadonoka Benyazua, Ye MC Agbo, Yakupo Enshirano, and a drip set Agui, Yamishrano, and so, was a Moyajuma. Unim, Yeda, Oboadia say, Wamaya new Chief Justice. Oh, say, old one, they say, MPP call about Hobi. Oba no pari obeka oka asem no sunu a esi ye go se ye de ye dwuma pa o si papa na ye pai no fufu si anu a o mbe ye dwuma e mani ye pay master dwuma. That means no a the okoye no the okoye do see the law is the law no or ye pay master dwuma nti mesre ye new chief justice no ye nya ye no a on ye dwuma no pepepe na mem Ghana ebe appointing or Ghana be pointing to say papa we need die or ye Ghana ni or ye dwuma ma Ghana because ye wo Ghana ha na ye di is ekoko to ho tam na ye to aba no egu no afa no so be mrane be ye dwuma e wo ho nti ye be sire o man no be bi o man na ekọ sisi ano mrane e ye de ye mfa dwuma e van ye dwuma ye nkrofo a o mu di o man sika na o mu lutu o man we mempo no a say ye mom na afa na ye hwehwe afa na ye yesi a onipakro no ya bie nanu agya tum so no na oye ya na yekoye ne debio obi akọ nipa yesi ekohwe nde ekọ nipa no.
Thank you very much, Aziz. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, kindly reduce the volume of your radio set so that we can hear you as well and give us your name.
No. I'm in bed though.
All right. Sure. I got some feedback. Just give us your name and where you're calling us from as well.
My name is John from Teshi.
John from Teshi. Great. John, let's hear from you as well this morning.
Oh, Mawuena, yesterday I was extremely proud of this new justice. There is one thing that I am pondering over. Where that is took, that not only powerful people will be protected, so I can quote him very well. This means that our judiciary had a problem before. If this gentleman can speak like this, that means
we're having a problem. That not only powerful people will be protected. That means in the past, this is what was happening. This is exactly what was happening. That is why it came out from his mouth yesterday. So pray for him that I should do everything to make sure that things are well corrected. Moreover, you, the press, shouldn't be afraid of the judiciary. Otherwise, we'll go back again. As for NPP, they are not a trusted party.
Right.
If we allow them to come back, this is exactly what is going to happen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
I'm Frank Nero, Domi Mayo.
Frank Nero, let's hear from you as well.
Yo, I know by the my member level be Abaso. Where you want to go to Domi? Minia, just here the radio, no. 3 FM. Do it
We appreciate you and all of the listeners in Domi as well. Let's hear from you.
More than 80%. It's now almost chef project. I don't support Ghana's Kamaminia. They're passing over the Sobugum. And Nuntiquana, Miss Frangnaro, Mamatuma, NDC. Yes, Rano. Court of Warning Kicom, when you have native justice. But one on the Canona, as them, yeah, the Tibetan and the Manimia, that's that court, woman and dead them. Yen Chomum, Minia. The science was rather than the best. I am my people. They get the Accra Circle, Dominia. Now, I want to bet 10 enough for the local after you. Me at the attack. So by this year, activity in some boom. And yes, I see you. That's whatever, of course. Mr. Roman and the will be about here. It's 3 months, 10 years, 15 years ago. Almost 8 billion. Let me hear 8 billion. Yes, shadow. No, what dear whenever. The Chamount being Quasica with you. Chamount be that so 10 number. Actually, I didn't miss record of one. Then you give that for almost man in 10, I'm not gonna for. If you know, ever from Bahama, get a 12 man, no, 20. That's what you want to. And some to about road. The next one about me, my contract. Once you come out here, and next, and I do a contract that you had right to Yakima, and I never for, yeah, it's free.
Thank you very much as well, Frank Nero, for calling us. A few more callers before we wrap up on the segment. Billy Shen is here. Today we're talking Black Stars, and we'll get to do a lot more of that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please. Hello?
Okay, yes, hello. Good morning.
Yes, I trust at all is well with you. This is who? Ben from Achimota?
Yes, please.
Let's hear from you as well, Ben.
Okay, he said, there is something that I need to say something about it concerning the MPs, the kind of MPs we are having in Parliament nowadays. If care is not taken, brother, we are going to have MPs who cannot read. A time will come out, we are going to have MPs who cannot read. Look at the MP of my area. A budget has been read. The budget, the year of the budget is 2026. How do you then expect to say the things in that budget of 2026 should be reflected in 2025? And such kind of MPs, they are there. They are there. It is not something like they can do the work. No, they cannot do the work. They are there because they have money. They have the means to campaign. They have the means to win primaries in their party. So they have been given the nod, and the constitution has also given them the nod to go to Parliament.
This woman, if you give her a sheet of paper to read the parliament, she cannot read.
I beg you. Let's not.
I'm not trying to dispute or disrespect her integrity. But someone who cannot.
I know. We can raise a concerns as to a disagreement in her disposition and her analysis of the subject
so
matters.
I am sorry about that. But we should be careful as we are going forward. The kind of MPs we are sending to the house. Sometimes a year will come, sometime will come. It will be a disgrace for the country.
Right. Thank you as well, Ben, for calling. And it's always nice. I mean, we share our opinions, but when you begin to make claims against persons where they do not have the right to respond, there will be a challenge on that front. And so we'll seek to avoid that to the best of our abilities. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Danana, where are you calling us from, please?
Banana Inn.
That's right. And the name is? Dan from Banana Inn. Let's hear from you quickly. You are last.
For the formalities and procedures so that we don't repeat those mistakes that cause us to lose so much money with regard to agreements and contracts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan in Banana Inn. Does appear. I wanted to pick one final caller, but the line just dropped. Perhaps I'll bring the calls to an end this morning. Okay, there's one final caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from just quickly. You're a final caller for the morning.
Yeah, my name is Jordan Tuglu, calling from Dansuman.
Jordan Tuglu from Dansuman. Share your thoughts with us as well quickly.
What I want to say is about how we manage funds in this country. Some people use money that are not meant for them, and at the end of the day, we allowed it to go, whereby it's the taxpayers' money, and there is no such system that checks what we buy and what value for money is in the system. That is what I want to say about this morning.
Thank you very much as well, Dan, for calling. Perhaps I can do one final caller. Hello, good morning. You're my last caller. I said Dan was, but you are. Talk to me quickly.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I trust that you are too. Unfortunately, I lost him on the phone lines, and that will be it for our call-in segments this morning. Always, I appreciate you making time to speak to us. Billy Shen is here. We're going to get into sports right about now. There's Black Stars. There are conversations about telepathy, how well the team is able to play. And I was telling Helen that I played football when I was in senior high. Sixtus, you will not speak, and so you can sit down until tomorrow morning, and you will not be given the opportunity to speak on the name of Coach Otuado. You cannot be heard, and so let's proceed. I was telling Helen that I played a bit of football when I was in junior high school. In fact, not gutter to gutter, inter schools. I played for my. You try. No, yes, but I didn't continue into it. Funny enough, when I entered SHS, I said I was going to be a coach. Hey, so I stopped playing, and then I was a coach of my year group until we made it out. But I played, and I played football a number of times in the hood and all of that. And I said that, look, when people who know how to play football gather, it doesn't take long for them to understand each other and what it is that they want to do. That is why I struggle sometimes when I can't see the Black Stars string passes together, build up play and all of that. Yes, I know there will be instructions of the coach and that will come to play and all of that. But it also makes me question whether or not football has changed so much from when I used to play at the Odogono School Park, such that we could understand each other and know that, okay, like the ball is on the ground and people are playing it and they understand each other and all of that. And we played football until now. Every day I'm working, and so I don't remember the last time I played football actually. But when we watch our team play, sometimes it's difficult to watch us because it appears zero telepathy, were not able to pass, string passes together, and all of that. And I asked myself, what possibly could be the challenge?
You are comparing apples and oranges.
Sixtus, I said you are not going to speak today. So, babe, speak to them. I'm not going to open the mic. In fact, let me mute this. Let me mute this one.
You allow.
No, but I want you to.
Okay. You let me speak first before. Let me speak first because this comes inside. I think football has become a lot more data-based, a lot more tactical-based.
But tactics doesn't say don't.
And instructions-based.
Instruction doesn't mean don't put passes together.
Yes, they do not. But some instructions limit the kind of passes you can make.
Thank you.
The instructions that you put can limit the passes that you can make.
Such that the passes will be what?
Such that you can't get the ball all the way to the final third. This is something that Pep Guardiola has actually mentioned. His job as a coach is to get the ball all the way to the final third.
And then
the moment he gets there, the rest is for the players.
Team.
Decide how you play it.
Tuchel has said same.
Exactly. So there are instructions that guide players on how to pass, where to pass to, at which particular point in time.
You are not able to do that.
Sisters, this question,
that's what I said. You will not speak.
But to be honest, there were questions from the
free speech
from the Japan game. That, I mean, I was watching closely where that back three system that Otuado has employed is seemingly limiting the way the players progress the ball. It limited the way the players progress the ball. And it wasn't just that. It was the personnel that he puts in there. You wouldn't expect Kwesi Sibo to progress the ball. He's not a ball progressor. Caleb Irenchi is naturally a central midfielder, but we use him as a right wing back. The moment he moved to central midfield, he created a chance for us to get a shot on target. And it was so clear that's his natural position. But Otuado is not doing that. And again, the first comment I made when he released his 22-man squad was the midfield is weak. The midfield was weak.
Is it not a case of availability of options?
Yes, the options. The options were Sibo. The real options were Sibo and Abu. That was it.
Abu got injured.
Yes. Kamaldeen Sulemana is not a midfielder. Prince Owusu, he's local. Would you trust him to man your midfield? No.
If you call him up, then you should trust him that he can do a good job for you when you need him. Else, why in God's name is he in your 22-man squad?
Availability of players, so you're forced to call some players too, because
forced to.
Yeah,
I disagree.
You're forced to call some players because
I disagree strongly on being forced to call players. Because the moment you call a player,
yes,
it presupposes there could be an injury to half the midfield, and that player will be the one you rely on. So you cannot say you are forced to bring somebody in when there are options that exist.
There are no options.
There are no options. Forced means there are no options. Really? In this case where Kudus is not around, Partey is not around, those are your actual midfielders that you know. For some reason, I don't know why Salis is not available, Ibrahim Sulemana, there's Elisha Owusu, all of them unavailable. So you fall on someone that you actually called.
There's Alfred Duncan somewhere.
Alfred said he won't play for Black Stars.
Okay, so his name. So the Sheriff Tiraspol player
Edmonado.
Yes.
When was the last time he was called?
So I'm asking, it cannot be a conversation of force, because if you scan the globe, there's a plethora of Black Stars players.
All the options.
Yes. So
options are there.
So it cannot be forced to. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, I get your point. There are options, but suitability, availability, maybe those options were reached out to, and for some reasons it didn't work. Japan visa process is hectic.
Yeah, a bit complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated. So,
but once they were invited
to the guys who can call.
That will also not be a justifiable enough excuse. Once they are inviting us to play the Karen Cup, it presupposes diplomatic engagement will kick in, such that all we have to do is submit a list of players and say this is our team that we're bringing to your country for your invitation to play. So media it cannot be it cannot. I mean, it doesn't mean they will not be checked, but they are the team. That's a team that the Black Stars of Ghana is bringing to come and play the Karen Cup.
Yeah.
How do you say you're not going to get? How do you say you're not going to get them in the country?
For instance, from entry,
Sixtus, I said nobody is listening to you today, so stop blowing hot air. You are blowing hot air.
But
I say you are blowing hot air. So proceed for me.
But all in all, I would say that the friendlies look meaningless for both Black Stars, for both Japan, and I can even involve South Korea, because the Black Stars were supposed to field their strongest available.
Yeah, it's not
for Japan to understand what they are dealing with ahead of the World Cup, for the Black Stars themselves to understand what they will be dealing with ahead of the World Cup, but that did not happen.
But there's that belief that the friendlies but
they were important friendlies.
Ahead of tournaments, the friendlies we ever play don't mean anything until when you get into the tournament.
Did you realize the ball they were using for the friendly? It was the World Cup ball. So they were testing it, basically. Okay. It was also a testing factor. So you remember 2010, the Jabulani ball. So if you are not started playing with that ball for months, how would you get used to that ball, and how would you be able to execute what you can? Because the Champions League ball is not the same as the Premier League ball, it's not the same as the La Liga ball, it's not the same as the World Cup ball. They are not the same. So all of these are tests, and Japan actually fielded a very strong team.
Yeah, they had their best lineup.
Yes,
actually, all of the strengths were
they had a Real Sociedad player in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
Kubo. They had a Frankfurt player in the starting lineup.
And a very good day. We'll have players from teams as well.
I mean, but so it sort of looks meaningless.
The mic is muted, Sixtus.
Coach Otto.
That did not get into the microphone because I muted it in record time. So I told you are not going to get to speak anything. You are not going to get to say anything.
Instead, as a protest, I will also not come again.
You will not get a comment or a bite on Coach Otuado today. You will not. So today against Korea, what can we look forward to, even before you come and wrap up for us on the, because we've been doing the sports all through.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a much reduced lineup. Just 19 players available. Of all the 19, we have 3 goalkeepers, 16 outfield players. So Tuado has a limited option to select from. I would think that he would try Calibiranchi once again in midfield. That's his natural position. Maybe alongside Sibo, and see how that works. Opportunities to the players who haven't played or haven't had minutes. I would believe that Kelvin Nkrumah might have minutes. He impressed them in training with some nice penalty shots, so maybe he might have minutes. And maybe test Benjamin Asare against South Korea, because
Heung-min Song and then the rest of the
guys. So because that's an actual tough opponent, so we need our number one to be tested against them, so we are even more confident with him ahead of the World Cup. So I do believe we see these things.
What time is kickoff?
It's 11. And it will be shown on TV3 live.
Kickoff is at 11. Live on TV3.
Yeah, live on TV3.
Billy Shen, he will continue sports for us right about now.
here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Bill Ishen. Today is Black Stars Day. We'll allow for phone calls, and so do stand by to call in and express your thoughts ahead of that game against South Korea. But the Black Stars completed their final training session early on Monday ahead of their final Challenge Cup game against South Korea. Otoado's squad further reduced to 19 players following injuries to Francis Abu, Mohamed Salisu and Antoine Semenyo. There's more in this report.
Mohamed Salisu and Antoine Semenyo are the two latest members of the Black Star squad who had to pull out of the Caribbean Cup due to injuries. Monaco Salisu has a bilateral medial collateral ligament sprain, while Semenyo has a left anterior talofibular ligament sprain. Both players have returned to their respective clubs, while Francis Abu continues rehabilitation in Japan after his surgery.
Abu has been selfless and dedicated ever since he got the chance to play for the national team. So we are glad that through the efforts of these three different units, at the club level, at the national level, and also in Japan, we've been able to put our player in a very stable condition. He's looking very nice. He will be in Japan for the next 1 week. We have also decided that after tomorrow's game, one of the assistant coaches will join them in Nagoya and stay with him until 1 week, and then they will send him back to Toulouse for him to continue his recovery and rehabilitation.
Kamaldeen Sulemana is expected to take on the armband as the Black Stars look to bounce back from the 2-0 defeat against Japan. Although they defeated South Korea 3-2 in their last meeting at the 2022 World Cup, Otoado admits it will be a difficult encounter.
So we know them very well. It's going to be a difficult match. I think it's going to be even. We're looking forward for the match to tomorrow. The last time we met them was at the World Cup, where we won, but it was a very close match. And we're happy to be here.
The game will be live on Tuesday at 11 o'clock GMT at the World Cup Stadium in Seoul. This fixture will be aired live on TV3 and Onuya TV.
Indeed, the fixture will be aired live on TV3 and Onuya TV at 11 a.m. You can call in and share your thoughts on the Black Stars. What do you expect ahead of that game against South Korea, and whether you think Benjamin Asare should start in goal against South Korea? You can call in on 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. Again, 0559 242. Already a caller on the line. Hello? Yes, good morning.
You see, the problem we have with our sports that the gentleman who refused to play first time, and they were saying because he did not participate in the qualifiers, he should be left out. So we need to learn our lessons. Then build a team up. Whenever there is any, injuries, we quickly see this. In fact, we don't have the lights like we are need. And the legend who cuts the defensive leg, play very, very, entertaining. So I think we need to develop the players. And then I will say that they should learn how to play the penalties, because it's very, very crucial when it comes to, playing penalties to secure the winner. So they need to put much practice into shooting free kicks and then the penalties. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can still call in 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. Again, 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, dear.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from. Okay, if you are listening to your radio set, if you can kindly lower it before you speak.
I'm not around any radio, I'm working.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, am I okay now?
Yeah, go ahead.
My contribution to the thing today is about I'm watching the previous match against Japan. I think Ecuador needs to do something about the midfield. Because if we are taking this current midfield out for the World Cup as well, Ghana will not even play the first or second match, then they will be out of the tournament. So I think he should try all his possible best to give us the PSP. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. 0559-242-717 or 0556-910154. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Uria.
Okay, go ahead.
So I will be looking at the cohesiveness of the team in general. That will be about 70% because we have about 5 months to press. So I want to see them gel very well. And then when it comes to scoring, it's a test game, so we have to look at how we gel and then move forward. When the goals comes, yes, we have to, but that should be about 40%. And defensive-wise, for me, the past 10 years, I can say that this is a time that our midfield has dropped, its strength, because I can say in 10 years past, we have the best of midfield all over the world. We have the best of midfield, but currently it has dropped. When you look at Thomas Partey, he doesn't have the strength to run and chase after balls, but then he can do the distribution very well. After we lost a player like Mubarak Wakasu, I'm yet to see a player who can put his leg and leg on the chopping board for Black Stars, and I'm looking forward to management getting in players that will do the dirty work for us in the midfield, because at least if you're not able to move or to win a match, keep a draw match, and the midfield will do a lot of good if we are able to recruit players that can do that job. And I pray that we get that soon, because when the midfield is broken, the defense, we normally play 4-4-2, 4 at the back. So if your midfield that you can pass is broken down, then I think that the defense has little work to do. Then they will say that okay, the keeper is not good. Bear in mind that the post is very big, and one person is in trying to control that no ball enters. So if you don't have a good defensive and players to do that, it's going to be a trouble for us. As for the keeper, we know he's good, but then we have to get people who are going to defend him and make sure that at least we are able to keep a draw match.
Right. Thank you once again for sharing your thoughts. You can also share on 0559-242-717 or 0556-910154. 0559-242-717 or 0556-910154. Now, Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo has a £65 million release clause in his contract that can be activated during the first 2 weeks of the January transfer window. The Ghanaian international attracted interest from several clubs, including Manchester United and Tottenham in the summer, only for the 25-year-old to sign a new 5-year deal at the Vitality Stadium on the 1st of July. However, we have learned that his new contract contains a release clause of £65 million that can be triggered in the first 2 weeks of the winter transfer window in order to allow Bournemouth enough time to replace their star player. And so that is the news on Antoine Semenyo, but not good news for Manchester United, because striker Benjamin Sesko is set to miss about a month with a knee injury he sustained at Tottenham Hotspur just before the international break. Sesko, who joined United from RB Leipzig for £74 million in August, was hurt during the 2-2 draw on 8th November and failed to finish the match after coming on as a second-half substitute. Head coach Ruben Amorim said afterward he did not know if it was a serious problem, though club sources have played down fears the Slovenian forward suffered a major injury. However, the 22-year-old was ruled out of Slovenia's World Cup qualifiers and is now expected he will miss about 4 weeks, though the precise length of his absence is still to be determined. And so, not good news for Manchester United, as Benjamin Sesko has been ruled out with an injury in there. That brings an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with more updates on the Black Stars and other issues. Until then, have a great morning.
Set your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. The years been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crash, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. The years been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crash, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition.
Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #Familac 2025. A full day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM.
Where paradise meets the party, Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up. The year's been long, deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December, lock it up.
This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #Familac 2025. A full day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
coming to the mountains. Sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
A hard bite. It helps us as police. Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
why do you panic?
The way you, Papa. You know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
much Johnny's bite.
Can do better. In wrapping up, for example, Kunzo, show me the cattle grazing in the heart of the city. We say we are getting better. This was around the Kolebu area. Cattle grazing in the city, around a place called Baba, around Kolebu area. Cattle grazing in the city. Alote, good morning to you. This is the ring road. The ring road. You are heading towards, what do you call it? The Circle Dubai. What is wrong with us? And you have assemblies there, you have DCs and MCs there, you are supposed to have, what do you call it, metro guards there, you are supposed to have a community, everybody is there, but everybody seems to watch. Look, where the cattle were grazing, it's not far from where the police checkpoint is. And they see somebody following the cattle and shepherding the cattle and holding a stick and guiding the cattle. And they are watching. Here ends my sermon. Please call me 055-924-2717. And I still don't understand why, as a country, we still collect monies from people who want to serve our country. Recently, people have been making videos, and it is true indeed. They literally bait you elsewhere with goodies and how much you'll be paid and what you'll be. They are in the eateries and in the parks, etc., sharing leaflets and talking to people, as to why they should come and join the army and all of that. In our case, you have to pay. And you literally be humiliated. You have your forms. You'll be made to move from this side. Say, hey, everybody left. Hey, everybody right. Hey, everybody go now. Everybody up. I know it's a regimented space. But can we change things the way it is? I remember that, 84,000 people were made to congregate at the Elwak Sports Stadium once upon a time. We took monies from 84,000 young people. How many jobs did we give them? How many jobs did we give them? And it looks like it's a money-making venture for everybody, from the universities to the law school to the police to the immigration to fire service to prisons to the army. It looks like it's a money-making venture for people. I am not saying that because you have space for 13 people, you should sell 13 forms. No. You can have a certain threshold, or maybe sell a double or triple. That's understandable. You have space for less than 100 people, and you sell forms for more than 2,500 people. So we are literally exploiting the people because they are desperate for jobs. And I'm saying that should not be happening as a country. And I keep telling you that some of the people at the helm of affairs back in the day when they were in the universities had jobs being pushed to them, job offers. They themselves came to tell us. That the UACs and what have you were literally coming to them because they were looking for university graduates. So they will come and push the offers, under their doors. After they have taken allowances for going to school, and after they have had breakfast, lunch, and supper and snacks. After they have had orderlies come to take care of their rooms. Yes. That's a reality. In the past, all these goodies were enjoyed. Today, we are told that we are getting better. But the better that we are getting, or whatever description you want to give to it or assign to it, it doesn't look better. And I'm sure that we can do better. In wrapping
Has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up.
200927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM.
It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up.
This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamiLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day.
That the ones you know of, how many?
Quite some number. I know.
They are all in Hohoe movie.
No. They're in Accra. I've got a little cousins. No, not cousins. Little nieces and nephews.
I'm talking about legitimates from your loins.
Oh, from my loins, yes. I am yet to girth any.
Let's paint the town. We'll shut it down. Let's
29.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty.
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty.
Watch Johnny's bite.
I still don't understand why, as a country, we still collect monies from people who want to serve our country. Recently, people have been making videos, and it is true indeed. They literally bait you elsewhere with goodies and how much you'll be paid and what you'll be. They are in the eateries and in the parks, etc., sharing leaflets and talking to people, you know, as to why they should come and join the army and all of that. In our case, you have to pay. And you literally be humiliated. You have your forms. You'll be made to move from this side. Say, hey, everybody left. Hey, everybody right. Hey, everybody go now. Everybody up. I know it's a regimented space. But can we change things the way it is? I remember that, 84,000 people were made to congregate at the Elwak Sports Stadium once upon a time. We took monies from 84,000 young people. How many jobs did we give them? How many jobs did we give them? And it looks like it's a money-making venture for everybody, from the universities to the law school to the police to the immigration to fire service to prisons to the army. It looks like it's a money-making venture for people. I am not saying that because you have space for 13 people, you should sell 13 forms. No. You can have a certain threshold, or maybe sell a double or triple. That's understandable. You know you have space for less than 100 people, and you sell forms for more than 2,500 people. You know. So we are literally exploiting the people because they're desperate for jobs. And I'm saying that should not be happening as a country. And I keep telling you that some of the people at the helm of affairs back in the day when they were in the universities had jobs being pushed to them, job offers. They themselves came to tell us. They came to tell us that the UACs and what have you were literally coming to them because they were looking for university graduates. So they will come and push the offers, under their doors. After they have taken allowances for going to school, and after they have had breakfast, lunch, and supper and snacks. After they have had orderlies come to take care of their rooms. Yes. That's a reality.
Returning to us right here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Now this conversation that we've tabled for you this morning, I know is going to pique a lot of your interest. Many of you are keen on this topic. Now, this news item came out very recently. More than 1,600 Ghanaians were misled by fraudulent agents when applying for UK visas in 2024 alone, leading to long-term consequences, including 10-year bans. Now, although this represents only 4% of applicants, officials warn that even a single case of fraud can cause serious financial and emotional harm. Now, this was contained in a statement issued by the High Commissions of Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom in Ghana, announcing a one-week public awareness campaign aimed at protecting applicants from visa fraud. And if you're watching us on Facebook, do follow along with this write-up. In 2024 alone, 1,632 applicants from Ghana used fraudulent means when applying for UK visit visas. And again, that's just 4% of Ghanaian applicants. But look at the consequences when you ignore the flags, when you ignore the signs. With me in studio this morning, I still have Mawuena Egbeta, but also we've been joined by, let me clear my throat for this one, I only just learned how to pronounce it properly, Portafi Emmanuel Akwafo, Deputy Finance Director, Global Wings Travel and Tour. Good morning to you, sir. How are we doing? Good morning. And get a bit closer to the microphone for me. Feel free. Good to have you in the studios with us. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Now, this is your field, so I take it that maybe you weren't too alarmed or too surprised, shall I say. Maybe alarmed, but not too surprised by some of these statistics that we are being furnished with. Now, the statement that I read, the excerpt came from High Commissions of Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom, and they are highlighting the issue of visa fraud, which has some severe consequences. A 10-year ban, including a loss of money, amongst other things. How often are you confronted in your line of work with the issue of fraudulent visas?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a worrying situation, and we as consultants, we are not surprised though, but it is very worrying when it comes to visa fraud and its related matters. Currently, visa fraud and its related matters is affecting the country as a whole externally. It is creating a very bad reputation for the nation, and most people who want to travel genuinely, including government officials, are even being denied visas.
Even government officials, because of that perception that this country, there's so much fraud when it comes to applications of visas.
So at the end of the day, when you cannot prove beyond a certain doubt that you need a visa, they will not give it to you, even though you are going for a legitimate purpose.
That's very troubling indeed, and that reputational damage is not something that we can toy with or play with at all. What are the most common types of visa fraud cases encountered by agencies such as yourself? What do you see commonly?
Commonly, misrepresentation of facts. Yeah, some of the applicant try to conceal some of the information, the purpose for which they need the visa, they don't even want to disclose. Some falsified documents, and some identity thefts. Yes.
Identity theft?
Yes.
That's very extreme, on the extreme side of things. So they actually co-op somebody else's...
Yes, so for example, let me give a classical example. Let's say an association is going to travel. So let's even bring you down to a supporters union.
Okay.
Traveling to support, let's say, the Black Stars.
So for example, we've got the World Cup coming up.
Good. And we have Mawuena as a supporter of one supporter union.
Okay.
And you are representing somebody as Mawuena who is not part of the supporters union.
So someone picks up someone will come up as Mawuena when Mawuena is home somewhere.
Good. People do that. People with similarities of faces, they use that a lot.
This is something that you encounter.
Yes.
Now, how do these forged documents typically enter the visa application? Because you would think that there's some level of screening. How are persons bypassing these, processes?
Yeah, first of all, I think let's take it from this angle. A lot of people don't understand what even visa is. If they understood visa to be as a legal document issued by a country for you, then there is that awareness that any misrepresentation of facts is going to have a dire consequences on you. Now, some also do that because they are very desperate, they want to travel, and at the end of the day, whatever document they are presenting, they are not even aware of whatever document they are presenting. Some come like this and see a travel consultant, and whatever documents are being presented by the travel consultant, they have not even seen it before.
You are traveling. Somebody's preparing documents on your behalf. You are so eager to leave the shores of Ghana. You don't even take your time to even peruse the documentation, make sure that the information there is legitimate. So people actually will gladly let the agent do all of that.
Yeah, and I can understand. For some, the paperwork could be boring. I mean, paperwork anywhere. If and this is no justification. I'm just trying to, sometimes I try to help us get into the minds of the individuals and what it is that leads them to do what they are doing. So you want to travel. Someone comes and says, oh, I can do everything for you, this, other. Person might not be even very educated to appreciate what the processes are. So you entrust the entire process into the hands of another person. The person who is an agent does all the documentation, they falsify bank statements, because more often than not, what I've come to realize from conversations, the biggest bane is whether or not you have good enough money in your account, which is basis upon which you can return. So you have people serving as guarantors. Sometimes you don't even know who the person is, whether or not the person is engaged in fraud whatsoever, zero idea. They go through all of that process, then they bring you the document, and you also don't check. And then you submit it and you go and you are ready for an interview, and then you'll be flagged.
I mean, that's certainly dangerous.
It's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And as a travel consultant, you are expected to guide the applicant, educate the applicant on the do's and don'ts and the visa requirements of each and every country. Some do that ignorantly because they don't know. Now, when we come to the embassies, for example, the visa requirement changes time and time and time.
Okay.
For example, let's take Dubai, for example. We started the year or somewhere last year. Dubai can give you visa when you have just a reservation or just a booking of an itinerary. As time goes on, they have revised this requirement and they said now the itinerary has to be confirmed. So if you don't have this information, you'll be misleading an applicant.
Okay.
Kenya, when they waive off the visa restrictions, they brought in what you call the ETA, the Electronic Travel Authorization, and you have to pay for it at that time. As time goes on, they have waived off the payments over there, but still you have to fill the Electronic Travel Authorization. So if you, as the consultant, number one, you are not aware of the changes in the rules of the embassies, then you'll be misleading an applicant, number one.
Taking money from
them. Number two, some they also portray themselves to have a lot of links and ties with the embassies. So basically they portray themselves as they have a lot of connections. So they sway the applicants into the knowing that this person can do the work for me. Meanwhile, the person cannot do the work. They are just interested in their money.
So they present themselves as if, well, if you do this through me, it's a sure banker. You are definitely going to get your visa.
It's a sure banker. And the fact is that nobody apart from the embassy can give you the visa or can guarantee you the visa. Even the president of the republic cannot guarantee you the visa. It is the embassy that can guarantee you the visa. And guaranteeing you the visa or you getting the visa does not also give you the right to entry automatic. It is the immigration of that country you are visiting that grants you the right of entry. So you can even have the visa from here and you get there and they will deny you entry.
And that's an important distinction to make. The fact that you have the visa doesn't mean that, let's say, as soon as you arrive in Dubai, by all means, you enter and go and have a jolly good time. Now, what steps do you take to detect and also prevent visa fraud in your line of work?
Okay, when it comes to we as a travel consultant, especially Global Wings Travel and Tours, we are clear on our mandates. We tell applicants that we are here for visa advisory services. So if Mawuena wants to travel to the UK, for example, and Mawuena approach Global Wings Travel and Tour and want to know how he can get visa, first of all, we will not portray ourselves to Mawuena that we can get the visa for him. It is a sure banker and bring 3,000 Ghana cedis and we'll do the visa for you. No. We will tell Mawuena that, okay, these are the visa requirements for getting a UK visa. And first of all, I am getting the information from the embassy's website. That is the legitimate source of getting the information. Because day in, day out, they may revise the visa rules or the requirement. So I get that information from Mawuena that, okay, these are the documents you must provide. What are the purpose of travel? So if Mawuena is going for visit, then there's a visa Mawuena can apply for. If Mawuena is going for business, then there's a visa Mawuena can apply for. If Mawuena is going to study, there's a visa he can apply for. If Mawuena is just passing through UK to somewhere, there's a visa he can apply for. So first of all, the purpose of travel is what I will ask him for. Once I know that, I know the requirement he must satisfy. And all the requirements that he must satisfy, he must provide those documents. So documents like the bank statement, it is Mawuena who has to provide the bank statement. And we are clear in our minds by telling him that don't go and falsify bank statement. Maybe Mawuena came and he's supposed to have, let's say, 50,000 Ghana cedis in his account. And Mawuena is having only 200 Ghana cedis in his account. And he wants to travel in the next 2 months. It is practically impossible. I'll have to advise him and tell him that build the bank statement for a period of time, because as we stand now, in 2 months, it is practically impossible to
raise 50,000.
50,000. Even if you go and dump the 50,000 in the account, you'll be rejected.
Because then it would look like you've only done that for the sole purpose of getting the visa.
That's it. So we give you an advice where you build the bank statement to some point. You must run the account. It's not also that you are just building the account for the travel purposes. It should be something legitimate. So once your document is coming from a legitimate bank registered under the Act of Ghana, it is okay. Don't go through a third party to falsify a bank statement for you to look good. You'll be caught. So Mawuena has to provide those documents. Mawuena must provide his passport, and the passport too must be a legitimate passport, not a fraudulent one. So all the documents that must be submitted must be provided by Mawuena. Where I come in is where I'll provide a travel itinerary. Normally the one you call the tickets.
Okay.
Yes, so I provide a travel itinerary for Mawuena. I provide the hotel reservations for Mawuena. I assist Mawuena to get travel insurance if they need be to be. So all those documents where I have to come in, I give Mawuena those documents, and those documents too can be verified. Some agents can give you a fake one. There was an instance I went to one embassy, and some gentlemen brought a document over there, and the document they brought happened to be a travel itinerary, and straight away they were rejected. They said they will not even accept the document. They didn't understand. And when I took the document from them and I tried to advise them that, look, the itinerary the person has given you, the person just edited something. Look at the date, look at the flight times. How can you say that this flight is flying from here to another place? I as a travel consultant, I know this flight doesn't go there. So how did they manage to do that? So at the end of the day, if you don't get it from a legitimate source, it will be detected. So I guide Mawuena through all this. Then I tell Mawuena that these are your documents. Mawuena peruse the document. Everything is okay. He's aware of the document that is being submitted. I direct Mawuena to the embassy where he will submit the document. If there's an appointment to be booked, we book the appointment. Mawuena goes on the appointment date and submit the document by himself. Pay the necessary visa fees by himself to the embassy. If it is payment by online, Mawuena paid those fees online by himself. All this through, I am guiding Mawuena on how to provide legitimate documents through legitimate means, where we are hoping that his chances of getting the visa is high.
Fantastic. Thank you for laying this foundation for us. Let's also introduce into the conversation Ransford Nanado Jr. He's a certified fraud examiner and professional certified investigator. We're talking about the rise of fraudulent visas and what the consequences mean for individuals and the country as a whole. Ransford, hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you, Mama?
I'm doing fantastic. Hope you are also doing well this morning.
Amazing. Forgive me for not being able to make it to the studio this morning. I had other engagement.
That's all right. Not a problem at all. Next time we'll see you here live and in the flesh. Now we're ruminating on this statement that has come out that indicates that more than 1,600 Ghanaians were misled by fraudulent agents when applying for UK visas in 2024, amongst others, and the long-term consequences, including 10-year bans. We're talking about why this seems to be on the rise and what the average Ghanaian can do to prevent themselves from being victims of this. And my first question, Ransford, is what are the main techniques that fraudsters are using to perpetrate visa fraud in Ghana today?
Thank you very much. And let me say good morning to your listeners and the gentleman in the studio. I think that is a myriad of techniques. Key among them is social engineering, where fraudsters have noted that people are very desperate. People are looking for opportunities to travel. People are looking for offshore jobs. So they send unsolicited messages to these people and promise them to get in touch. Very juicy jobs in the UK, Canada, Australia. And people who click on some of these links are led to make payments, sometimes without meeting the perpetrator or the person who is promising the deal. And they are promised very juicy packages, including stress-free, visa, including travel tickets, including jobs and free accommodation.
That's right.
And some of these people move out hoping that they are going to, fulfill their dreams on a foreign land, but they don't even get to get any documentation which is genuine. That is stage one. There are some who are very bold, who appear apart from the online conversation and near you to offices where they will show other people who have gotten visas and they are traveling, and they will lead you on.
You have just 1 minute remaining.
All right. We'll rectify and then continue on with
right now that some of these
that conversation.
Were never issued by any embassies. That's it.
Right. Now I was just going to comment on that briefly because a lot of these ads that we see are very juicy indeed. You would think that the average person would be able to see beyond that kind of catchy advert, stress-free, at little to no cost. What is it that is not, clicking to the average person that this is, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true?
Yeah, so obviously you couldn't have said it better. Now, what makes a scam is the acronym itself.
You have no call credit.
All right, we'll reconnect with Ransford in due course, but we're still in the studio, joined by Potifi, and he has been laying some great foundation because of his line of work on what exactly is going on behind the scenes when it comes to visas and fraudulent visas at that. And you were talking about a situation where you were able to intercept some fraudulent documentation. How often is it that you're able to intercept this? And is it because of your expertise that you're able to spot some of these anomalies when it comes to the documentation that is submitted?
Yes, because of our line of work, and we have done it over and over again. So normally when the documents are presented, there are certain technicalities in the documents that you are looking out for. And once those technicalities are not there, it raises an alarm. There are some that are presented that look too genuine that even the visible eyes cannot see. The technicalities will be there, but until it is run through a system, you may not know. So that is basically how we are able to detect. So when on the physical face of it, let's say a bank statement, I see certain transactions as an accountant myself. I see certain transactions on the bank statement and the way it is going doesn't look normal. I know certainly well that this is a fraudulent document or this is a manipulated bank statement. And if the bank statement is also coming from a genuine bank, there is a way it is being presented and you know it. When it comes to the itineraries, as I said earlier, that there was one that I saw. On the face of it, you saw that this flight doesn't go here. So how come they are able to do an itinerary that this flight will fly to this place?
It's just not possible.
It's just not possible because the flight doesn't go there.
Let me reintroduce Ransford back into the conversation. Ransford, apologies, we lost you there briefly, and you were weighing in on my question about why many people are swayed by some of these juicy-looking adverts that just seem too good to be true.
Yes. So thank you. I mentioned that the first one is what you have actually said. A scam is not a word, it's an acronym. So the first one, when it seems too good to be true. The second one, you're contacted out of the blue. Somebody you do not know. Right?
Right.
Now, we are asking you personal questions that you yourself, you think that you are getting a solution from somebody who is supposed to help you get a visa. And asking too many personal questions should tell you that you are heading towards danger. Money is being requested before a service is rendered to you. Now, if you put all these things together, and the person is not a recognized agent, there is no travel and tour that you can actually hold accountable, usually the prices, like you mentioned, are too good to be true. The next one is that they'll give you a sense of urgency that they are already doing something for some of these people. And if you are not able to bring your money in a week, you are going to lose out. So the sense of urgency and the pressure that they put you should let you know that you are heading towards danger. Now, if you request to have a meeting with them, it is only few of them who will actually show up. The ones who are very confident and they show up, they take a lot of money. This morning I was having a conversation where a lady said she paid 7,000 euros and she's been given a visa to Spain. She never left her house, but she has a visa to Spain. And she's not bold enough to actually check whether this visa is genuine. So what we need to do is, and let me congratulate you guys for the kind of education that you're doing.
Thank you.
To increase the level of awareness for people to know that, see, there are protocols in traveling outside this country. If somebody is promising you that, give me $7,000, go and sleep, I'll get you visa, I'll get you a place to sleep and all that. You need to do some basic checks. Ask yourself the genuine process, how much does it cost? What is the genuine process and how can this person is able to do these things for me without me appearing? Now the next thing the gentleman mentioned, it, we need to let stakeholders understand that the embassies share information. The embassies pass document through systems to check. So if anybody is promising you that we're going to get you some document, you don't have a bank account in a particular bank, but we're going to get you a bank statement, all we need is to put your number on it. The embassies get to the banks to check. And the consequences when you are banned, for instance, the UK, and yes, that is not the only consequences. They're going to give the information to other embassies who are also going to feed it into their system. And it tarnishes the image of you, the individual, tarnishes the image of Ghana. Looking at that statistic, that more than 4% of the people who applied for UK visa were done fraudulently. It is not good. It doesn't speak well of this country. And we need to do more of this education.
Absolutely. Now, what is your own process for investigating suspected visa fraud cases?
The key thing here is that the numbers that you have been calling, the numbers you have been dealing with, usually when a case is reported of this nature, the first thing that we need to do is to find out who is behind those numbers. Interestingly, some of these numbers, they are targeted. Immediately they finish dealing with one person, they throw it away and get the next available sample. So they make sure that they give you a number for your service only. When they finish, they throw it away. The payments, usually they wouldn't like you to pass it through a bank account to leave any traces. They will tell you to either pass it through some individual account. If it's an agency recognized, the agency should have a bank account. You should be able to leave some places. As for cash, the least said about it, the better. Because there's no evidence whatsoever when you even arrest some of these people and they say, you said you gave me $7,000, show me receipt of it, and you don't have any receipt because you met at a certain bar stop and you gave the money and your money is gone. So to me, investigation is very, very difficult in this sense because one, some of the embassies will not even release the details when this happens. All they will do is that they will just ban you. So you may not even know that the document that was prepared for you were fraudulent to even start investigating in the first place. Some of them will just decline you the visa. You continue buying 100 times, they will continue to decline you because they have noticed that you have done a fraudulent application. Others, they trigger a process and even arrest, and that is where you get to know that. So this document that were used for me were actually fake. You may be lucky, and at the end of the day, you may not going to jail. So the process is very cumbersome. Some of the embassies do not make disclosures. They only take their decisions and smile at you and say, sorry, we're unable to allow you to go to our country. But behind that, there's a lot of fraudulent documents that you have submitted that you yourself, you may not even be aware of.
Sounds like a lot of people are falling prey to this issue of ignorance, trusting people that they don't know, just following advertisements online, handing out large sums of money to individuals who are promising them, like you said, accommodation, hotel, visa, all from the comfort of, your own home. You just have to lie down, sit back, relax, sip some tea, and next thing you know, you have a visa. But you could be putting yourself in serious, serious harm just by being ignorant of the processes. Now, Ransford, can we talk about the link between visa fraud and identity theft, especially in recent years? There seems to be a high link there. And Potifi is a travel advisor with Global Wings, and he was telling us that it's something that he faces in his line of work, persons impersonating others to attempt to get a visa and travel outside the country.
Yes, so all of them comes out of ignorance, if you ask me. I sometimes wonder how any applicant would think that you can change your name to a known name and go to the embassy and, they won't check. Because in this day and age, even your social media handles will give you out. In applications to the U.S. Embassy, for instance, you need to disclose your social media handle.
That's right.
So if you have actually stolen the identity of another person who looks like you and you think that you're going to use that, no way. Especially in this day and age with our Ghana card system. If you go do anything like that and the NIA data speaks to the fact that you cannot actually clone somebody's identity because it's biometric, you will be fished out. So it is ignorance that makes people think that, oh, why don't I use this person's name? It may be somebody who is even dead and gone, and they want to use a dead man's name to travel outside this country. You will be fished out. The second one has also got to do with celebrities. I mean, if you get to the social media, you see the number of people who are known, media personalities, members of parliament, politicians, whose identities are being used to, promise visas and trips to UK, US, Canada, Australia. You will be amazed.
Really?
Who, in his rightful sense, will get on social media and say that I am the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. I have a slot to send 100 people to the United Kingdom. So I am calling people. My peers will call you, and then people are falling for this.
I was going to ask, are people really falling for this? So you get a message from Vice President. She says, I'm taking 100 ladies. You're such a hardworking lady. I'm taking 100 ladies to Spain this December. You'll get a call from my PA, and people think, oh, actually, this looks legitimate. I mean, have you come across genuine cases like this?
Yes. Now, in Morocco today, there are more than 70 young men and women who were promised 6 years ago they were going to Spain through Morocco. And they had somebody's identity used to promise that job. They were taking huge sums of money. They were sent to Morocco. And today they have to cover their faces and beg before they eat. In Morocco, as I talk to you now. And if you saw the messages that were shown on social media which they fell for, how can somebody as high as Office of the President, a Minister of Foreign Affairs, promising that I have received the blessing of the Queen of England to send some 100 people, so contact this number if you are interested, and the numbers are booked already. So people are desperate. The desperation will not let them do the basic due diligence. People want very, very cheap access to things that, like you mentioned, it shouldn't make sense to anybody. Why should the Minister of Foreign Affairs be the one soliciting for people to travel? Why should the Vice President be the one who is putting information that call my PA's number immediately if they are interested? And when people call, they are made to send their initial deposit. And that is it.
This is troubling indeed. I'm going to speak to Posifi once more, but quickly before I go back to him, we've seen a rise in travel agents and many people seeking the help of travel agents. Now, Ransford, how can applicants verify that said travel agent is legitimate? Because some actually have physical presences, they have offices, they've got websites, and so on and so forth.
I think you've answered the question yourself. I would not feel comfortable dealing with people that I cannot see and I cannot visit their offices and all that. Yes, convenience has made it appropriate for us to do things online. But to me, at the point in time where money is going to part with, and we're going to part with money, we should have some physical verification of a sort. Every business that is registered, with a basic check of a team, you can find who and who are behind that business. Sometimes even the same online portal that people have been defrauded, others are in queue going to also expose themselves to the same fraud. But somebody has left a comment there that these people took my money and they have not paid my call. And another person is asking, how much should I pay? Should I pay now? So basic due diligence, I think, is a desperation that makes people close their eyes to these things. And you can check. I think they have an association for travel and tour agents. You can check if somebody is recognized from their website. You can do your basic checks to find out the people behind these agencies. 3, do not let somebody give you his personal number and send Momo. If you are dealing with an agency or an institution of that caliber, they should have a bank account. They should use some traces to at least the account holder and all that to help us in investigations when something happens. The final thing is that when these things are too good to be true, people are selfish, they don't share information. So they are bleeding alone. And when they hear some of these things, at least if you share with a friend, an auntie, an uncle, they'll tell you that, that's what this, let me call this person to check. And when they send some of these things out of greed, they keep it to themselves and they bleed alone.
Certainly, Ransford, thank you so much for that. Hold on for me. Let me come back in studio. Portifi is still here with us. Let me pick his thoughts on some of what you have said so far. I saw you nodding along to a lot of the points Ransford has made so far, and some of the things you had already mentioned, that the embassies, they work in tandem with the banks, with other embassies. So you might think that, okay, well, maybe I applied for a UK visa. Whatever happened there will stay just there. But you go and make an application maybe for Australia, and you'll find that, no, that information has been shared, and you won't even realize why maybe you are not getting other visas. It's because the system has picked you or flagged you. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. So the embassies, they have the right to tell you the reason for refusal or not. So if they refuse a visa, they may tell you that it is because of A, B, C, D. Go and better it and come back. Some they may not even disclose at all. Right. So at that point, what will you do? That is number one. Now, when it comes to, I think he has said a lot that I have shared. Yeah. Let me touch on the regulatory points.
Right.
Now, how do you know that this is an accredited travel agent I am dealing with? Having a physical location alone is not enough. There are lots who even have physical location, but they are not genuine. Now, as a travel agent or as a travel consultant or as a travel and tour company, you must first of all be registered. So if I should go to Registrar General's department, we should see your registration details over there. You must first of all also be registered under the Ghana Tourism Authority. So if I go to Ghana Tourism Authority, I should find your information over there. We have associations in Ghana here, like the Tour Operators Union of Ghana. You should be under that umbrella. We have Ghana Association of Travel Agents, GATA. You should be under those umbrellas. And those umbrellas try to consolidate the gains we have as a country and make sure that the agents and the companies registered under them are doing the right thing. Sometimes you may see some may try to fault a bet. At least once there is an eye watching you, you are there to do the right thing. Sometimes you also have agents that are not even registered at all, that have offices. There was a time I went to one office with somebody, and when you enter the office, the registration document of the business has not been displayed. You will not see the certificate of incorporation. You will not see the certificate of to commence business. They are not in any association, and they are displaying the owner's picture on the wall. They are displaying the president's by then picture on the wall. I asked the travel and tour agents, I don't really see the need to display other pictures than my regulatory document over there. That is the very first thing you should see when you enter an office like Global Wings Travel and Tours.
Right.
You should be able to see our registration document visibly displayed. Whether it is expired, it is not expired, it should be there. That is number one. Number two, sometimes you may enter the office and even the office setup does not even qualify to be an office. It should raise an alarm. I entered one office some time ago, and when I entered the office, I saw some stuffing chairs that are there. I was like, is this really an office? And I started asking questions as a consultant from my point of view, just to see whether the people seated behind the table over there really qualify. They don't even know anything. They lack the relevant knowledge and expertise in what they are doing. So they catch on unsuspected applicants, they collect them money, and as the other colleague just said, they are in a haste to collect the money. Collecting the money is their first goal.
Right.
They collect the first money, pretend as if they are doing the work for you, then they will call for an extra. You need to pay this within the next 2 hours or 3 hours. You are missing the opportunity. And because our people are desperate to travel, because of that, they are willing to commit more funds to it, hoping that they are going to get the visas to travel. All these are some of the things people have to see or take note of when they are dealing with travel and tour agents. Another one is that we have regulatory regimes such as the International Air Transport Association. So you can be regulated by IATA.
Right.
And when it comes to IATA is just more or less like Bank of Ghana. There are punitive measures if you default some of the rules and regulations over there. So if you come to our office and we tell you we are IATA accredited, it tells you the kind of regulatory framework that we are under and the kind of things we must do and the kind of things we cannot do. If they catch us that we are even engaged in visa fraud, they'll close us down.
Very strict indeed.
Very strict. Very, very strict. So when the agents are not registered under this umbrella, then they are free to do some of these things that they are doing. I think one thing that the other colleague didn't mention is that most of these fraudsters, they write in capital letters.
In capital letters?
Everything in capital letters. No serious organization will bring out a communique and everything is in capital letters.
That's a red flag you should note.
That is a red flag you should note. Grammatical errors, construction of sentences, and you can see that everything they are saying is geared towards collecting the money first. They go to the airport and go and take pictures of others who are traveling.
And they use it on their
social media handles.
So that when you go there, you think, oh, this agent has helped so many people travel to UK, to US, but this is not even from...
Sometimes the person even talking, when you look at him standing, do you know if you have a passport? You can see that this person cannot even travel. He don't know what he's saying, and he's promising you to travel. He don't know what he's talking about. But because most of them are desperate and they lack the knowledge, they are able to identify that this person cannot do what they are saying they want to do.
Fellow Ghanaians, listen and listen well. Possibly, are there any particular countries that you see are prone to this type of visa fraud, especially coming from Ghana? What are these countries?
Yes, Australia, number one, Canada, UK, US, those are the hot cake areas. Most of them, they want to travel and go and work, to go and seek greener pastures. So I'm in Ghana. Ghana is too difficult. I need to go and find somewhere to get something better. Or friends are telling them that actually I've traveled to Canada and I'm making it over here. Come. Look, there are legitimate means to travel. It is not difficult getting visa to these countries.
It is not difficult?
It is not difficult at all. Once you pass through the legitimate means, you satisfy the requirements and produce genuine documents. It is not difficult at all. You want to travel to the US, what is the purpose of travel? Number one, the purpose of travel should be reasonable. If you are going for education, do you really qualify to apply for that school you are applying for? Do you have the necessary skills you want to apply for? So let's say I want to apply for my master's in the US. Do I even have degree from Ghana in the first place? Have I completed? Is my degree that I'm having, is it certified by GTech? If yes, fine, because you cannot apply the school and they will not certify. They will certify. You can apply the school and they will write back to your university where you were to certify that has this person really completed the school. And all those things are part of the processes. So you must make sure that from the word go, you are getting or providing genuine documents. So once you are providing genuine documents and you are satisfying the visa requirement, it is not easy. It is not difficult to get a visa at all. Not difficult.
Let me pick Ransford's thoughts on this. Ransford, if you're still with us, do you agree that these are the hotspots, the UK, US, Australia, where many people are so desperate to go to that they are falsifying information, falsifying documentation? Are there any other countries that you see maybe emerging as hotspots where documents are being falsified to visit?
So I think that those are the big ones that he's mentioned. However, Spain is becoming a very notorious destination where people are going through Morocco with the hope that they will get to Spain, and they end up getting themselves in trouble on a foreign land, usually in Morocco, where they don't get to move again. Others have also been promised destinations that they don't reach there. They end up at Kuwait, the homes of people as house elves and all that. So, apart from the big five that he's mentioned, there are some destinations that people use, and they will tell you that we are transiting. And even in Cote d'Ivoire, as I talk to you now, there are people in Liberia who have been trained to say that, okay, I'm a victim of war during Chasteler's time. So at Senko, you go and tell the refugees, UNHCR story about how your life is in danger. People have been taught a lot of things. And I don't know why, when we were young, we thought that, okay, we could just see a white man, we look at a plane passing, say, oh, Boni Koko, I'm scared, they'll give us money. When a white man is passing, you story, you tell him. I don't know whether that same mentality is there today, that people have been made to believe stories that are not reasonable. And so we are promised destinations and told that we can pass through Cote d'Ivoire and get to Germany. We can pass through Liberia and get to the US. We can pass through Morocco and get to Spain. And the number of Ghanaians who have ended up in Kuwait, especially ladies who are doing all sorts of things.
That's
because
right.
they were promised final destinations which they never got. It's very, very alarming.
That's right. And we know that these ladies, go there and are subjected to all forms of abuse. A couple of years ago, we had an interaction with some ladies who had fallen for a similar scam, if you will, and ended up as domestic help, and the kind of abuse they faced was quite terrifying. And yet, even in this present 2025, there are ladies who are still willing to risk that kind of abuse because of the promise of a better life. Now, you made a comment about us giving this much needed education this morning, but I take it that it is your view we're not, as a nation, doing nearly enough to really alert people to the dangers that visa fraud or falling for these kinds of scams, could pose for their lives.
Not at all. I personally don't think that we have even done 2% of what we are supposed to do. You see, what brought the story up? Today, this week, from 16th to 19th, we're marking the International Fraud Awareness Week.
That's right.
Media houses are calling, and that is how come the UK, Australia, Canada embassies have put out this. But this is an everyday issue. This is a human issue. It's not something that you do once and then you stop. I will challenge the media houses. I think in programs that, I have done some work on some networks. The amount of viewership and the views and comments that come in, it tells you that fraud is a daily issue. People are losing their livelihood. People are losing their lives. People are losing parents to some of these scams. And so we need to discuss it and not to wait for November 16th to 19th and everybody is discussing these issues. If people are aware, I have a saying that if you can see a scam, you can stop a scam. And how do you see a scam? When you are aware. So let's increase the level of awareness.
Very important, Ransford, and challenge accepted. And I like that you mentioned that this is a human issue. People are losing their lives, their parents, their livelihood to this issue of fraud. I'll give you your last word on this. What advice then do you have for Ghanaians considering traveling abroad regarding visa integrity?
I think that knowledge acquisition is very important. Whatever you want to do, speak to people about the process. I don't believe in shortcuts. I don't believe to give you the needed result. It's going to put you into trouble. Find knowledge. Get into offices and ask that I am going to deal with this agency. Are they registered? The next thing is that anything that is done in agency, it leads to bleeding. When you are in a hurry, that is when you make mistakes. So don't just wake up and say that I want to travel within the next 1 month. Plan, get knowledge, visit offices, talk to regulators, check offices of people who say that they are accredited. Check from registrar general, this person that I'm dealing with. The next thing is that we should also, as it were, develop that kind of vigilance. And some of the stories that I hear, I ask myself, how would you sit down for this to happen to you and you are crying, you want to invite all of us to cry with you? What level of due diligence did you do? The third one, let us be realistic. If somebody is offering you something that is too good to be true, you will not go and say that it is your God who has opened a way for you. You are going to end up in jail on a foreign land. It's not everything that shines that is gold. Let us stop being greedy. Let's be realistic. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Ransford. A word to the wise is certainly enough. Ransford Nanado Jr. is a certified fraud examiner and professional certified investigator. And as I mentioned, challenge accepted. This isn't something that we can only discuss in this period of time, but it's one that we should be highlighting throughout the year. Very grateful for your time, Ransford. And so we're back in studio now. Potifi is still here with us, and we'll be wrapping up on this conversation. And something that you said, struck me. You said that if you go through the legitimate processes, it's really not that difficult to visit some of these hotspot countries. But what about those who say, well, I had all the legitimate documentation, my account was legitimate, all the information I provided was certified, and yet I don't seem to be able to make that breakthrough in securing a visa? I mean, there are those who have those legitimate concerns, and so they might think, if I've tried it the right way and I don't seem to be getting ahead, maybe let me go to the other side and see if I can do some kululu, some to make my way to these places. I mean, what do you say to that? And is that legitimate? Some people say, I've done all the right things, I still can't get through.
Yes, so first of all, you've done all the right thing, you still can't get through. It's legitimate for you. But for the embassy, you have no proof beyond reasonable doubts for them to give you the visa. Just as we said earlier, sometimes you may apply somewhere and you have been refused, and they share information among them, and you are going to another place. The reason for refusal is in their system. You don't know. You go to another place, so already there's a red flag on you. Now, some people are traveling, maybe I'm going for a conference.
Yeah.
And looking at where you are coming from, what you do, and the conference you are going are not correlating. So you may think that, yes, the conference I'm going, I've purchased the ticket, everything, I provided every document.
Yeah.
But you are an accountant and you are going to engineering conference. It just doesn't make sense for the embassy. So they are saying that maybe you are using the conference as a bit to run away. It may be so. So sometimes you have all the legitimate documents, but there are certain technicalities your visible eyes may not see. So the advice is that if there is no need for you to go, don't falsify.
Don't risk it.
Don't risk it. So as a media personnel, there is a media conference that is coming up. There is all evidences that show that you are a media personnel. You provide all the requisite documents. Media General has given you a cover letter and everything. Your chances of getting the visa is very, very high once you go through the legitimate means.
And we also spoke about, making sure that you approach a legitimate travel and tours, for example, Global Wings Travel and Tours, because we know that there are so many others that have sprung up now. You might go to the office and, what you are seeing versus what you are being promised, it simply cannot be the case. Does it make it difficult for you as a legitimate business, to operate when there are so many others who are not doing the right thing? Or does that even help your case the more because you are doing the right thing and you have all the accolades needed for this business?
Yeah, exactly. What the others are doing wrong affects us indirectly. Recently, we have a program with an institution in Ghana, a recognized one as such, and we needed to get some Schengen visas. And my boss and the team approached the embassy, and the ambassador told them straight in the face that what the other agencies are doing is tarnishing the image of the whole industry. So from the word go that you are seated there, they are not convinced. And you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt why you are credible and why they must give you those visas. So it was a rigorous process. Even though we are legitimate, the institution is I don't have their permission, that's why I didn't mention their name.
Okay.
They are legitimate, they are recognized in Ghana here, but the rigorous process that we went through to get the visas for them, it was really rigorous. But we understood. We understood what is going on because we know that we are providing regular, genuine documents and everything. But at the end of the day, you are being taken through all those processes. And once you are legitimate, you are not worried.
Right.
Whatever document they ask you to provide, you provide. Whatever information they ask you to provide, you provide. They even ask us and even ask our partners out there to send them a mail. The partners have to send all those are the processes. So you can see that if these fraudulent people are doing things like that, there is no way they can get those informations to the embassy. Some of them, they don't even submit the document to the embassy at all in the first place. They just collect your money. Yes. Collect your money, and if it is e-visa, they just go online, edit somebody's visas or whatever, then they give it to you, print and give it to you.
So does that mean that people actually go to the airport with some of this documentation only to be told, my friend, this is not a legitimate visa?
Yes.
My goodness.
People get to immigration and they will be bounced because the visa you are holding is a fraudulent one. People have visas that are stamped in their passport and it's a fraudulent visa.
My goodness.
Yes. It happens a lot.
We have to be absolutely vigilant. And as Ransford has thrown that challenge, this is a human issue and the consequences are dire. Potiphar, we're very grateful for your time. Let me give you the final word. Any advice to fellow Ghanaians as they embark on, an adventure to secure a visa to go outside the country?
Yeah, I think that the first thing each and every one have to do is to know that the embassies have the sole prerogative to give you the visa. So if you want a visa, first of all, visit the embassy, their site. Every embassy have a site. Visit the site, see the requirement of the visa that you want. If you can't get to the site, get to a recognized agency like S Global Wings. We will take you through, give you the necessary requirements that you have to satisfy to procure the visa. Number 2, you don't allow documents to be submitted on your behalf you have never seen before.
Don't do that.
Never do that. There are some embassies you can submit a visa online. Some you can submit it in person. Some it can be submitted on your behalf for you. Whichever way, you, the applicant, should have 100% control over the document. And know that anytime, any day, you can defend those documents. That's number 2. Don't also deal with agencies by roadside. Don't meet somebody and send the money to somebody by roadside or bus stop. You are dealing with Global Wings Travel and Tours. Then I am asking you to send the money to Kojo Mensah. It should raise an alarm. You are dealing with Global Wings Travel and Tours. Then I say send the money through Momo. Meet me at the bus stop and let me collect the money. It should raise an alarm. The very first thing you have to do is that ask for my bank account. I transfer the money into the bank account for you. Proof of payment you provide as you have paid. Case closed. So if tomorrow something happens, it can be tracked. Or you go to the office physically and pay the money in that office. Even though I said there are some offices, they are there, it is not guaranteed. But once you enter the office, you should look out for certain things.
Right.
You can even ask people around that this office here, how many years have they been in operation? What they said they are doing, do they do those background checks? And once you are satisfied, then you know that, oh, this office has been here for the past 10 years now. So the chances of they even closing down and go is very, very low. You get to the office and then you see the office set up and it raises an alarm. You should be able to know. So in conclusion, what I can say is that education is the best teacher. Most of our people need to educate themselves, seek enough advisory, plan ahead. You don't just wake up and travel. Plan ahead. And once you plan ahead, it takes down the stress, the pressure, and the attempt of making errors, providing documents that are not genuine, and all this stuff. Sometimes too, it is not the agents who are doing it, the applicants, because of the pressure they are giving. Some applicants, the fact that they paid you the money, the course, they'll put pressure.
By force or by fire.
So sometimes there's an agent who want to do may try to, okay, the process may be long or whatever, but the pressure that you are giving them, they just get something for you and then close the chapter. So it's a two-way affair as well.
Absolutely, and we've gotten some very important knowledge this morning. Portifi Emmanuel Akwafo is a Deputy Finance Director at Global Wings Travel and Tour, and they're behind some of the wonderful travels, wonderful tours that you and I are privy to, and we're very grateful for your time this morning. Thank you so much for that much needed education. Make sure that you do not fall prey to any kind of visa fraud in the year 2025 and beyond. Portifi says if you do it the right way, then really unihao. Time check, it is some 22 minutes to the top of the 10 a.m. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. On X, on Facebook, on Instagram, but it's a winning season again, and this time we're not just chasing wins, we are collecting them.
years been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. The years been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up.
This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamilyLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day, powered by Cerelac and brought to you by 3FM. This December, give your kids what they really want. Your time, your full attention. Cerelac in partnership with 3FM presents Family Fun Day. #FamilyLac 2025. A full-day adventure packed with games, family competitions, live performances. Happening Friday, 5th December at Good Park from 9 a.m. To register your family for free, dial *928*12*11#. For vendor bookings or inquiries, call or WhatsApp us on 053-11-00927 or 053-220-0927. Family Fun Day.
Jane Upokwajiman, the Honorable First Deputy Speaker, the Chief of Staff and other presidential staff is present, the Chairman and members of the Council of State present, the Honorable Attorney General and other ministers, my Lord Justices of the Superior Courts of Judicature, your honors and your worships, other honorable members of Parliament here present, members of the Judicial Council and General Legal Council here present, the President of the Ghana Bar and other members, traditional and spiritual leaders here with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with a deep sense of humility, gratitude, and solemn responsibility that I stand before you today on this historic occasion of my investiture as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. I wish first to thank the Almighty God for the wisdom, grace, and courage He has bestowed on me. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency the President for appointing me to this high office, the Council of State for advising the President, and Parliament for graciously endorsing me. I would like to dedicate this honor to all who have walked this path with me, my mentors, my family, and my colleagues. I thank my wife and children for their love, patience, and understanding. I also wish to acknowledge with respect and appreciation the many jurists, lawyers, court staff, and members of the public who have labored sometimes silently to uphold the rule of law and deliver justice in our land. Your Excellency, As Chief Justice, I recognize that every court in our land, from the smallest magistrate court to the highest tribunal, holds a sacred duty to ensure that the rights, liberties, and human dignity of Ghanaians are respected and protected. It is not the law alone that matters, but how the law is applied, how justice is dispensed, and how courts earn the confidence of the people. We serve a nation built on the 1992 Constitution, which enshrines not only rights, but also responsibilities. Our judiciary must be independent, impartial, and accessible. It must not serve the powerful or the connected at the expense of the weak and the vulnerable. It must resist any incursions on its freedoms, but also embrace accountability, transparency, and continuous reform. In recent times, many Ghanaians have expressed concern about delays, access, and perceptions of fairness in our courts. I wish to confront those concerns head on. The judiciary must not only be seen to be fair, but must be fair, clearing backlogs, reforming processes, promoting alternative dispute resolutions where appropriate, harnessing technology, and ensuring that ordinary citizens can approach the courts with confidence. These are not optional add-ons, but they are imperatives. Your Excellency, my vision for the judiciary is that of a service-oriented institution, courts that are efficient, transparent, and respectful of all persons, judges and staff who uphold high ethical standards, treat litigants with dignity, and apply the law without fear or favor. A judiciary that works not for political ends, but for the cause of justice. I envision a Ghana where justice is not delayed or denied, where the cost, distance, and complexity of going to court are no longer barriers to fairness. I envision judges who are independent, yet humble, fearless, yet fair, learned, yet compassionate. I envision a system where alternative mechanisms of dispute resolution complement the former courts and relieve the strain of backlog. I envision courtrooms where respect reigns, but where litigants are not intimidated, where the language of justice is not alienating, but comprehensible to every Ghanaian. I pledge to support the uplifting of court infrastructure, the continuing training of judges and staff, the deployment of information and communication technologies to improve case flow and increase outreach to the citizenry so that the judiciary's work is better understood and trusted. We will strive together to raise the brand of the judiciary in the minds of the people, not simply as an institution they must contend with, but as one that belongs to them and works for them. Mr. President, in accepting this office, I give my solemn word that I will uphold the rule of law, respect the separation of powers, and protect the Constitution. I will respect the independence of every judge and ensure that the judiciary remains free from improper influence. I will also insist on accountability, because independence without responsibility breeds entitlement and erosion of public trust. Judges, court officers, and staff will be encouraged and supported to act ethically, to treat all who come to court with fairness and to understand that the title judge is not a privilege but a public service. Every litigant who enters a courtroom brings not only a case but hope that justice will be done. I accept the responsibility of preserving that hope. I urge all stakeholders, lawyers, litigants, civil society, the public, to join us in forging a judiciary worthy of the confidence of the Ghanaian people. Your Excellency, we also cannot ignore the call for reform in legal education. The future of the bar is the future of the bench. We must move from exclusion to inclusion, from rote learning to critical thinking, and from credentialism to competence. Working with the General Legal Council, the Ghana School of Law, and our law faculties, we shall pursue a model that ensures opportunity without compromising quality. Our goal is not merely to produce more lawyers, but better lawyers who are disciplined, ethical, and devoted to the cause of justice. Your Excellency, today marks both continuity and renewal. Having served in an acting capacity over the past 7 months, I have seen the quiet strength of our judges and magistrates, the resilience of the judicial service staff, and the enduring faith of citizens who continue to look to the courts as a refuge for fairness. So standing here, Your Excellency, today, I humbly accept the warrant of office and the sacred mandate to serve as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. I do so in full consciousness of the trust reposed in this high office and the heavy responsibility it carries. I accept this charge not for honor, but for service to the Constitution, to the law, and to the people of Ghana. I pledge to discharge it faithfully, independently, and with integrity. Let us together ensure that the Ghanaian judiciary remains not a citadel of privilege, but a sanctuary of hope, where the poor and the powerful alike can find refuge in the impartial majesty of the law. Today, history invites us to rise, not to repeat the past, but to redeem it. May this be remembered as the moment when Ghana's judiciary, tested by turbulence, chose renewal over resentment, courage over complacency, and hope over fear. May God bless the judiciary of Ghana. May God bless the Republic of Ghana. And may justice, true, transparent, and timeless, forever be our guiding light. I thank you for your attention.
By the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Bidding you farewell any second now, because at 10 a.m. the gallant Black Stars face off against South Korea. Japan got the better of us the last time that we faced off against them. But today is the day for the Black Stars. And you know who can't brag about going to the World Cup? Our friends on the other side, our beloved neighbors. Niger has missed the bus. They are not going to the World Cup, but the Black Stars are going to be there. Kudus is going to be there, and the rest of the squad. From 10 a.m. sharp, and that's in just about 3 minutes. You can tune into the live coverage, live commentary of the Black Stars v South Korea game right here on 3FM 92.7. Tuesday, 18th November 2025. That's today. Should be reflecting positively on your pocket. We'll talk about that tomorrow in some more detail. Do be sure to make a date with us.